That's something, Beena. That's something. Okay. Anything to add before we do other stuff?
It is really interesting for me that something really special, peculiar about Elizabeth. It is something like, I don't know how to say that, but it is something like there are a lot of things just continuously buzzing or something. I really don't know how to say that because I get really confused, not confused again, distracted. Like, okay, when I'm talking something, there's another thing coming from her, and then another thing coming from her, and I just forget my words, and I feel that okay, and it happens many times. Okay, not just
Wow.
once or twice. It happens on a continuous, regular basis.
Yeah, yeah.
That and I told you about that fogginess and the pressure here
Yeah,
in the heart. That okay,
yeah.
there is a stress today again, and also it is like there's something I don't know, like a ping pong ball, and you see that okay, there are many ping pong balls, hmm?
Say the last sentence again. There's many what?
Like many ping pong balls, not one.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
it is hard to focus on, and it
yeah,
is in continuous
yeah,
movement,
yeah.
and it's coming to you.
Um,
So.
I want to offer a perspective here as to what I feel this is. I feel
Mhm.
that Elizabeth has been, not today, but in the past, she's continually pushing a should of some kind.
That's why okay.
Right? I mean, she's
Uh,
operating and acting and putting out, putting into application something that she
mhm.
believes she should be doing. Constantly, I should be doing this, I should be doing this, I should be, and that's all she was acting on. And it makes it very difficult to relate and connect to her. But now she's unhooked from
Hmm.
that because her realness is actually very simple, very, very simple. And she can just be more so than anybody else that I've known yet so far. Just be, and that's it. And she will just exude this okayness, moreness, goodness, niceness, gentleness, lovingness, sensibility, sobriety, etc.
I'm keen for her to do this PSP course also.
Yeah, yeah, but we'll have to see about that. But yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Especially to
if
do
she
the
will come, of
PSP
course.
program. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, of
Oh,
course,
she's not.
if she will.
That's just time. Yeah.
So,
What's the
so
thing
she will
about
come.
Socrates here? Hold on. There were two posts about Socrates now.
Yeah, so he's missing you
I
big
guess
time.
so. I
And
guess
he's saying
so.
that, okay, come and
So,
let's chat here on Sophie's
in a
world.
past life,
In
I think I
Sophie's,
was Socrates, Beena.
come on.
You know how people always say, in a past life.
Hmm.
They're always a queen or somebody special or, some whatever fancy thing. They're never just an ordinary person. So, well, I get to
Even in
choose my specialness too. Why can't I be Socrates?
even in a past life, you cannot be like him because some of his things are not thinking it through to the end. So
Yeah,
far, I'm feeling
yeah, yeah. Well,
you
that
cannot
was
be
back
him.
then. I've had a few centuries with which to learn and grow and update in the meantime, Beena. So,
You might be someone else, but
I'm
really
just
never bother to talk to anyone like that.
exactly, exactly, exactly. Right.
So
Don't want to be
Socrates
the
says,
hermit
okay,
in the
let's meet
cave.
Sophie's world.
Yeah.
Huh?
All right. So, yeah, I'm gonna play this and see what he says here. Will you read it as he does it?
Triple filter test of Socrates. In ancient Greece, Socrates was reputed to hold knowledge in high esteem. One day in acquaintance, and he
Don't
said,
worry. Just read.
Okay, wait.
You have to read
Just read
fast.
what? Okay, hold on
Hold
a
on a
minute.
minute. Before you talk to me about my
What are you
friend,
talking
it
about?
might be a
One
good idea to take a
snippet.
moment and filter what you're going to say. You have to read faster. Let's do a triple filter
Read
test.
it. Let's do triple. Yeah.
Oh, I have sound.
Good.
You absolutely
Are you
sure what you
absolutely?
want to tell me is true? Are you absolutely
Mhm.
sure? That makes more sense. Well, no, actually, I just heard about it. All right. So you don't really know if it's true or not. Now, let's apply the second filter, the filter of goodness. What you're about to tell me about my friend is good? No. So you want to tell me something bad about my friend, but you're not certain it's true. You may still pass the test though if you clear the last filter. Let's apply the filter of usefulness. Is what you want to tell me about my friend going to be useful to me? Maybe. No, not really. Oh, I thought he was going to say, oh, maybe. Well, if what you meant to tell me about is neither true, nor good, nor even useful, why tell it to me at all? Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah. 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 Well, Socrates, was it
Socrates,
entertaining?
Socrates. Hmm. Hmm. Sorry?
If it was me, I say, well, it was entertaining.
Ah, this is what I was about to say, that
but
Socrates
but
had a
then
limited
Socrates would have
vocabulary.
sent, yeah, exactly. But Socrates could have replied, but isn't entertaining useful in some way?
Yes,
Well,
it might
it's
give us a good
it
laugh. Okay.
useful usually applies a practicality, but is it
Mm.
valuable? Oh yeah, certainly entertainment is valuable. So Socrates, you need to add value to usefulness and ask in your filter, is it either valuable or useful? See, then
And also,
well, it was valuable in terms of being entertaining. Okay. But yeah, I mean, you could say useful in the same way. So he did cover that really. So it's
yeah,
interesting. I never seen this. This is. I don't think this is actually from Socrates
yeah,
specifically that
I
I
was
know
feeling
of.
the same.
But it's paraphrasing him more or less. So it's not inaccurate. But
Okay.
I have on that note. Give me a moment here. And I'm
Mhm.
going to share something with Magical Bean. I'm going to read you a story. I want to hear more of Sophie, but I'm going to read you a quick story and then we do more Sophie. Yes?
Okay, what my quick story?
What's that?
What my quick story is?
Oh, do you have a quick story
No,
before
you were
I share
saying
my
that.
quick story?
Oh, you are sharing your quick
Oh, I'm
story.
going
Okay,
to. Correct,
yes.
correct, correct, correct. Just give me a moment and then I shall be there for the quick story.
Okay, okay,
Or
okay. I'm
relatively
here.
quick anyway. So
Okay.
I'm going to
I
read
don't
it.
know, but today we were so keen to do that with Sophie's story, but okay, somehow it was not. So it's all attunement. Is
Um,
Donna said you something? Message or something?
no, no, I sent her 3 hearts. Yeah, she'll be fine. She'll be fine. Donna's very tough.
Oh yes, she is. But
Very tough. Magical. So we shall just send Donna good intent vibes and trust that Donna will be okay and assume that because that is part of our intent and treat it
it
as
uh,
such.
uh, it is really interesting for me because Sherry is sometimes like it feels like her energy is very here and there, but
Scattered.
yeah, but I never feel that from her. But with Elizabeth, I feel that I'm just, I don't know, okay, I need to continuously just going back and see, and I don't know, I lose my words. It creates a bit um,
Yeah,
lostness and confusion.
yeah,
It is okay. I was not sure in the beginning, but
yeah,
continuously I was just regularly
yeah,
checking,
yeah,
and whenever I communicate with her, it comes. It is not really a bad thing. Okay, no negativity in that, but something very peculiar about that.
interesting. Also, today for the first time,
Mhm.
well, it's been gradually shifting,
Oh
but
yes,
I, I,
yes,
I
she
think,
is shifting.
yeah. So what I was saying, the thing that's gradually shifting is today I feel we heard Elizabeth without Sedona vocabulary, where it was only her vocabulary or way of impeccability vocabulary. When she first started, she was full of Sedona vocabulary. Even though she doesn't care for Sedona and Sedona vocabulary, she used a lot of it. I mean, when she was talking about her intents in the beginning, oh, I remember it was long, 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 long things. And it was
Mm.
all Sedona stuff, all should. And, like just all the woo-woo stuff of, caring for the universe and blah, blah. And I don't know, I can't even use that language. But today, she was just using her own pure, simple words, not going in all of this. I should be doing this and I should be doing this and all the activism stuff. And not that it's bad, the activism stuff, but it's not necessarily our own stuff. Today we just heard her stuff. We didn't hear other people's stuff. Big shift, Beena. That's why it was hard to connect to her to before because she was regurgitating other people's
Yeah.
stuff, not her own. Yeah, so very powerful, very powerful. Okay, mm, so we got that out the way. Let's minimize that. Oh, I want to show you this here real quick, Beena, just since I was busy on it. Are you seeing? Are we screen sharing? Yeah. You watching the screen?
Yes.
Ah.
Yes.
So now we're coming into Capitola, and the freeway's kind of just behind us, and you come off the freeway, you get down here, you can get into it. Otherwise, you don't have to come from the freeway. But there's two entrances into Capitola, and this is the one side, and you come down this little hill, and there's only the two entrances into it. And you come down here, and now we stayed you can't see it here now, but up here somewhere. I forget how we got there, but it's up on the little hill here, and then we had overlooked very beautiful view. That was the third place we stayed in Capitola, and the second place is right here. We stayed downstairs behind this, but they rebuilt this. This is a whole new building.
Ah.
Yeah, it
Ah.
burned down. It was just like a very oldish, ugly. It was similar to this one, yeah. Older,
Mhm.
uglier building. Anyway, they rebuilt it, and we had behind this, in the back there, I think. And then they don't show it very nicely, and I can't quite go exactly opposite. But you see, here's the lane, and then our front door was kind of opposite this corner. Now, if you go around the corner here, there's the
Mhm.
back doors to two.
Uh-huh.
Well, there are three stores, but we had two out of the three. So we could go from our thing and just walk across the lawn, go in the lawn, a little bit of a lawn there, and go into the
Mhm.
back door of the store, which is very cool.
Mhm.
Very cool. So
Mhm.
it was very nice. Except it was a bit of a rundown place, and there was very cheap apartments upstairs. Yes, we had our employees stay there, but still, and they were noisy and then but the hooligans, and then we had other people there, and they were hooligans. So, all right. So here we get into the core of Capitola. Very small. So, it's restaurants up here. This is a takeaway, fast food, another restaurant there. There's the beach, Bina. See? Right there's the beach,
Yeah.
right, and this is the main beach. I'll show you from the sky. There's another beach, but that's more of a private beach that belonged to the hotel, so the general public didn't really get to use that. You could get there and could use it, but this was where the action was. So that's it, and I'll loop all the way around there in the meantime, but I'll get there. So okay, stores, and now you get this little cute quaint little village here with all stores, all the way in here. So and it's 2 blocks long, as you'll see in a moment. So, okay, we zoom in a little bit, and here's our two stores. Okay, so this was somebody else, and this one was us, and that one. So let me go a little bit more across it. And you remember the step that I told you about, where this guy is standing? If he were to move
Yeah.
in the corner here, right now that
Yeah.
door opens inward, and there's obviously space. He's right on the threshold, but it looks a little bit squished. It's a bit wider than it looks there, unless they made it smaller, which could be. Looks new, where they made it smaller than before. Yeah, it does look like they've taken it a bit back. It used to come out a little further, but anyway. So where he is, if he were to stand in the corner of this railing, that's where the suit of armor stood. Right? But they've
Ah.
redone this. This is definitely narrower now than it was before. It definitely
Uh-huh.
came out a little further here. I think. Anyway, doesn't matter. But anyway, so this was the outpost, and then that door goes to the apartments upstairs, and this is the door to Capitola Treasures, where we had the jewelry and the gifts and the shells and the wind chimes and God knows what they will get everything in there. And then we behind this door, there's the staircase goes up, right? This door here is the
Uh-huh.
staircase that goes to the apartments.
Uh-huh.
So behind it was just a wall. So we made an arch, between the two stores, so you could go in this door and then come out this door, and the two stores
Ah.
were connected. So yeah, it was very cool,
Uh-huh.
very cool, it was very cool. So that was our store, and then this was an abandoned building which they then owned by our landlords, and and they rebuilt it because there was quite a big gap here between us. Now it's very close together. So we were going to rent this from them. This it's a big store here, and anyway, we never got there. So anyway, just as well. All right, so here we go. More just village people, stores, and I'll show you now. I'm gonna do my whole tour. Oh, went all the way to the end now. Sorry, that zoomed me very far. But anyway, so we were down there. We're looking backward now, back at the stores up over here. More
Ah,
stores, but you see they're kind of colorful and pretty, and you see what I mean?
mhm.
Like all this, it
Yes.
just makes it kind of fun. And this was a little convenience store over here. And now, if you go out this way, we're looping around the two blocks. There's two big blocks in the middle of the village here, and you see this is the other way to get out. You go across the bridge here. So I think, oh, maybe there are three ways. Maybe you could have come in here past this way too. So okay, three ways then. All right. So more stores on the outskirts of this block. This guy, oh, not sea level. Oh, I guess he's not. No, where is he now? Oh. Anyway, there's a guy here who sold bikinis, and that's all he sold was bikinis. It was amazing. And he did a hell of a business, and he didn't even open in the winter. He just was open in the summer. Oh, this is interesting. They painted the big mural on here. That was never there before. Huh? It's very cool. Anyway, so just interesting stuff.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And then now here you had Margaritaville. See, it's still called Margaritaville. And there's a song about Margaritaville with Jimmy Buffett. You know,
What is more readable?
that's just the name of this. You know, like a nightclub. A
Ah,
restaurant, bar and
uh-huh.
grill, but that's Margarita was just yeah, I guess sort of a day night nightclub. They had live music and a restaurant, and you sit and hang out. Just and there's a patio and stuff. And they would serve margaritas, of course. So just a well-known place, been around for a long time. So this was yeah, still I guess still is fast food, ice cream. So now this year is part of belong to the same people that owned the mercantile, which I'm going to show you now. Let's go a little further. Yeah. So this you'll see it goes all the way through to the other side of the block. You'll see from the sky, it's pretty big, and we had we had a little store inside here. It was an old bowling alley that they just put without ceilings, just put walls up, and just drywall, and doors, glass, and then you open the glass sliding door, and you have your little store. So they just partitioned it up anyway. So we had first a very tiny little store, which was I don't know, like 15 feet by 15 feet or something, very small. And then we took the one next door to it, and that was a little bit bigger. And then eventually we moved to the other end, and then we had a fourth store as a third store after the main road ones. We moved out of here to the main road. Anyway, so we just always had some connectivity in there. So anyway, and then parking and stuff. So anyway, so now you see we're looping around, right? And we're coming now. This is all restaurants here. All of this is all restaurants, and typically they're all, or at least many of not all, but most of them. Yeah, not all. Live music was a very big part of this. They changed some of the names now, but very happening at night. I mean, a lot of it is also daytime, obviously, but a lot of it was very happening at night. The music here was very well known. To come down here, you'd always find really good music. Because there was a lot of it, so it became a destination place. So, all right, so we go a little further, and these were obviously vacation rental places over here are very expensive because it's prime real estate. I mean, it's sort of surprising to me that they're still there, that they haven't been converted into shops. But anyway, so now I hope I can go up here. Ah, very good. So here is where we had the leather store in these three windows here, right? I don't know. Somehow I thought we had another window, but I guess not. Yeah, I suppose so. thought it was anyway. It was a big store. It was 1,000 square feet, so it was a big store.
Wow,
As stores go. So anyway, so we had
of
a lovely
course.
store there. So, and from here we could see the beach. You see, if you look, you look across here now. I mean, we are pretty close. Yeah, and this would be, pretty much the view that you would have out of those windows. You could at least see the stuff. Maybe not as high as we are now, but more or less. You connected to this, which is pretty cool. So let's go down here to the beach, and and you see, and this is nice. They are actually showing this. I mean, it's a small little place, but look how many people are here. So this is fairly typical. Yeah, it was really a busy place. Lots of traffic. It was very good. It was good business. So, of course, expensive and all that. So we also stayed back in here somewhere. This goes all the way through to the main road, and then there's another strip of grass that goes across, and we stayed up. Maybe this apartment right there. This is our very first place we stayed in Capitola. Then from there we moved to behind the store, and then when that burnt down, we moved up the hill into a nice house. It was a bit more expensive, but it was fabulous. It was very, very nice. And there you have it. All right, so now let's see. Oh, for whatever reason, I need to put this window up or Biala quotes, and then it brings up my menu like that. Why? I don't know, but okay. So now we see this from the air here. You see? Now, this is the beach here. You recognize. Let me zoom in just a little bit. You see, you now can recognize it all. Yeah. You see, there's those apartments with the grass. This is the
Ah,
whole mercantile building. You see how big it is? Was an old
yeah,
bowling alley, and that's where we
yeah,
had our store over there. This is where that the grass strip that I told you in between was,
yeah,
right?
right.
And I forget where exactly we had our. It was kind of close to the alley with the restaurant. So I don't know. I can't remember where we had our somewhere in here in this anyway. And then there's the store over there, right? Let's see the two stores, and then let's see. Oh, okay. But before I go there, you get the idea of the beach. Oh, this is interesting that they're showing this particular view of Google Earth with a driftwood, right? You see all this here? This is all driftwood, Beena. If I can zoom in a
Huh?
bit more. Yeah, you see? You see? It's all driftwood. For whatever reason, Capitola would be a place where stuff washed up. It's really incredible, right?
Oh,
So, and especially there's a river here, right? And part of it, the river contributed to it. You see, if we go the Soquel Creek, right? And somehow, with the waves and everything, it would all wash up on this little bit of beach. There was one particular time where they had real severe storms, and it was really heavy rain all the way across, and this river came down very heavily. Not a true flood, but anyway, it was fully swollen, and it cleared out all the branches and stuff. Not just this river, but all the rivers along the coast, right? So a lot of dead driftwood that got washed into this beach after that massive storm. Bina, was entirely covered in driftwood about 2 feet deep, so that
oh,
you could walk from here all the way to
mm,
the water entirely on wood. This whole
wow.
entire beach, yes, was covered in that layer of wood. It was a most incredible thing. And we took that, we collected all this because beautiful driftwood, it's magical wood. And we put it in the store, and we put all these sculptures. We only had the little, that was when we had the very little tiny store, and we made it fabulous. My friend Harleen, or our friend Harleen, the guy from India, um, a Sikh, but he didn't really wear the turban and that. Every now and then when he'd get a little bit too smoked up, but he was pretty American by that time. Anyway, so Harleen, we found, and we helped him do this, and I recommended it to him. We found a big tree, a complete, huge, great big tree, with some side branches. coming
Uh-huh.
out, a deadwood tree, right? And then we
Uh-huh.
put it in his store. We had a hell of a time getting it in there. We had to fiddle and wiggle and get it into the doors. But once in, it completely transformed the store because the mercantile's got very high ceilings, right? And
Ah.
the walls that they put up didn't go all the way to the ceiling. They were just
Ah.
I don't know, 10 foot high walls maybe. But this tree must have been 20, even more than that,
Wow.
25 feet high. So he had this massive tree in the middle of his store, and he had a clothing store, and he had really cool fashions, and he was very avant-garde and all this, very fashionable. And he did good business, even though he was closed half the time. He'd go to his apartment and smoke. His apartment was just around the corner. He was into the marijuana very assiduously. But still, this was really a feature, to put that tree in there. But man, it was a job getting it in, and we had to just really maneuver it. And I have skills in that regard, so we got it in. So it was very cool. He was very appreciative of that, So anyway, we made a difference. So it's very cool little place. And then this is a vacation rental, sort of a hotel, but it's really a vacation rentals, little small apartments that they would rent out. It's very cool, very nice inside. And you see, so that's why you see this to access this beach. Now, of course, you can just walk across there. It's not very deep. Just walk right across, but it wasn't very used relatively to that. But you could access it. You could come. You'd have to go out, walk across the bridge here, and then come all the way around and then loop around. So it wasn't as connected to the village, which is why it wasn't used as much, but there a little bit. And then, of course, the pier, and then they had a little restaurant here on the pier and a little fishing store. And it's very cool. So, very happening little spot, very cool. I mean, from the pier all the way to here where you could kind of, there's a little Esplanade Park. You see a little bit of grass there. It doesn't show too well, but you see there's a wall here, and then when the high tide, dang it, stop your nonsense. No, come on. There we go. Sorry, I clicked and then it started zooming for whatever reason now. Now it doesn't want to zoom at all now. Come on. Anyway. Oh, yeah, it does. It's all delayed. Sorry, Beena. Ah, ay, ay, ay. Come on, Google. It wasn't scrolling, and
Oh.
now I've lost the whole thing because it scrolls out, and when you scroll back in, it doesn't go to the same place. Hang on.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing how it does that? It's like, come on, seriously. All right. Because I wanted to show you something else. So, okay, so I gotta click on tilt, which is the 3D. It's nice when it gives this tilt. You really get to see things a little better. So, that gives you a bit of a broader perspective of the stuff around it. But all this other stuff, it was completely not connected because you don't see the fact that this year is on a hill and the little village is down the bottom of that hill. You don't get this feeling. You see this line over here? It's a hill.
Uh-huh.
So you don't get this understanding of the hill. So I'm going to scroll a little bit in and show you a bit more. You see, there's the Capitola, and this is all still at the bottom, right? And here the hill starts to kick up. But you see, the roads here, there's no access here to the side. I mean, you don't get the idea here, but on this road, it's sloping up, and all of this is on a hill. So really, when you're in Capitola, you don't really have access to any of this. You don't really know it's there. You just see these two blocks. It's really interesting. So we stayed. Hmm, I believe. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I believe it is. Hmm. I think it's this house here, Vina. I don't know why it doesn't look so familiar, but I believe so. Yeah, 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 yeah. Unless it must have changed something, but yeah, we stayed here in this house. So I don't know how to change the rotation. Let's see. There is a way to do it. Hmm. Ah. Ah, all right. Okay. So, all right. So one more thing to show you. Mm, and then we go look at your place. Okay. See. I like when it does the spin. It goes a little fast. I like it when it goes slower
Yeah.
when it zooms in. It goes a little too fast. You know, loses focus. Okay. So now we're looking at the young boy's house. All right. So first of all, you get an idea here. Let me do the 3D tilt. All right. You see how dry it is, yeah? This is how it is. It's very, very dry, right? I mean, okay, it looks more dry than it is. You know, I mean that there's kind of bushes and there's a bit of trees. So it's a little exaggerated here, but all right, we shall zoom in. So now let me see if I can click where I'm at. Mm, here we go. Here we go. There we go. Okay. So you see, this is, I don't know if I wish I could rotate it. Do you know what I mean? There is a way, but it's not letting me do it. It used to be like a little wheel that you could spin and get the angle that you wanted, you know. Oh, there we go. I gotta hold down control. There we go, Beena. All right. So, this is the house here. You don't see it very well now. I'll go to street view in a moment. This, you don't get the sense of it here. It's earthen walls. It looks very flat here, but it's a gully, and then these are raised walls. So I mean, it's not wildly high, but at least some kind of a bump. And so this was our neighbors here, the Rileys, and he was at a metal shop, and three daughters and two sons. Anyway, so this was their property, and then we'd go across there, and this was our property. But it's showing very poorly. Um, aye. There's that dam that I told you about, the pond that was the swimming pool that became a pond with the frogs in it, that we did the combs. Remember the metal tubs that we made into boats and sunk them, and
Yes.
nothing ever came of us sinking that, and I was amazed. And it had the three willow trees around it, and over here was the poplar tree, and here somewhere is the windmill with the old water tank on the cooler room underneath it that was abandoned at that time. Both the windmill didn't work at Junkin. Anyway, the water tank was empty. We'd climb in there and play in this asbestos tank. So, anyway, and then here was the creeper with a tree in the creeper that we'd crawl across onto the roof on the house. And on this corner here is where that corner of heaven was. And then here were the three poplar trees. So now let's see. They did say there was a way to go to Street View. That's not it. Select or drag and drop to enter Street View. Oh, okay. So they don't have Street View available um,
They have.
right there, but this is behind the house looking out over into the countryside. So, this is the main road going out. Now, and these trees weren't there when I was kids. So basically, it was just this open expanse over here. You see, uh, that's the semi-desert. It's more desert than semi, but all right. At least here we do get a view. They still have in this view. They still have the willow trees. There were three of them. I don't know if there's still three. Oh, they have two windmills now. The last time I looked at this was only one. Now, here, right here, this hedge wasn't there. Uh, or some of it maybe, but here was that reed patch that I told you about. Remember that? And I had the little passageways in it. And then here were tall, three tall of the thin, narrow poplar trees going up over here, three of them, kind of the gate over here. And then next to the windmill was that tank, and there was a mulberry tree. This might still be the mulberry tree, and on the other side, the cactus tree. But it doesn't give a great view because I can't go in here. He said only lets me go on this street. So, well, I thought it would let me
Interesting.
go. I don't know why it's not letting me go. I want to move. Oh, I don't know why it won't let me move. Let's get a better view. Hmm, it's kind of weird. Oh, there we go. Okay. So you see this. It seems to me that these walls on this are much lower than they used to be back then. I, it could be that they were always this. As a kid, you just thought they were higher, but anyway.
Oh
Um,
yes. Yeah.
yeah. So you get the idea. There was here in the middle of the house, there was another big tree here, which I'm surprised they take away, and the poplar trees in the front. Why they would cut down these trees, I don't know. And these don't even look like willow trees anymore. It looks like a whole different tree. Anyway, there were three big willow trees back here. This doesn't look like a willow tree to me, does it? Do you?
I don't know.
Anyway, I'm gonna loop around and come back and see if there's street view from the other side. Why aren't you moving? Move. Oh, you're just slow. Come on. Oh, do I have to click on the arrow to move? Ah, boo. 2D. Huh. Oh, that's a bit annoying. See, the others, I could put it out ahead of me to click and then I could move, but this doesn't let me do so. Oh, can I go up here? No. Maybe? No. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, I know all the streets done, you see. So I want to loop around to the main road and then come back again. So, uh, this is very slow. So this house here, one day somebody just never stopped and they drove a car right into this house. Drunk person. So, yeah. Oh, oh. Uh, oh, maybe. Ah, yeah, good. All right. So now you'll see very typical little countryside town, middle of nowhere. I mean, you saw the countryside around it, right? I mean, very barren, out of Africa. Oh. There's been some tourism here because I don't know, something to do with Christians or something. I don't know, some oddity. So it's not quite as middle of nowhere as it was back then. This I don't think was there, whatever this place is. I don't remember it, but uh, I don't remember all that wildly much of it. But anyway, and then I believe this street here was not paved. These would have all been dirt roads. Very few paved streets. Basically, this one that we're on, the main street that we're coming to, and then of course the road out of town. That was there were a couple of them because it was kind of a very central town. I'll zoom out and show it later on. So, but yeah, I mean there were a couple more, but basically just the core roads in the town. Definitely all the where you lived on streets were not. Is this the main road? No, I guess not. If it was, you'd think. Uh, wow, wow. Okay. There we go. Where's the arrow here? Let's see. Yeah, I was gonna say, how can you not have this one be done? I don't remember the name of the streets, but anyway, we'll see. I mean, hope I'm going in the right direction here. Well, looping around. I want to see it from the other stuff, but yeah, I suppose I guess nowadays there are towns in America like this too. Not so much anymore. You see how our stuff is more spread out. Yeah, you see that, Bina, in the town. It's kind of wide, So okay. I think this is yeah. You see, here's the gully. You see, and we need to look down a little bit in now. So there's the house. You see with the windmill. See from the front. So very unusual that people are walking around. It's of course hot and dry and dusty here. So I'm just hoping we can go down here a little bit and see. No, I guess not. Oh well. And you see, it's still dirt road here. You see, not paved. I don't know if the street in front of the house is paved or not, but I doubt it. So anyway, that's it. Well, let's see if we can loop around and go down the street from the other side. Do you know what I mean? Maybe, maybe they have it that way. Oh, we can try. We'll be optimistic. We'll go a little further. So this is now you are seeing also, Bina. This is white South Africa. This is not the
Oh.
townships. The townships is a whole different deal. I mean, the housing is, if there is official housing, it's government housing, small stuff, not even apartments, squished together. Um, and then the Tan shanties, shanty towns. You've seen probably on the news, no?
Yes.
Yeah. Just a whole different logic. But this is white South Africa, let's put it that way. I mean, now not, of course, now anybody can stay here. But economics would still play a role. But also they changed the laws to affirmative action programs, which some people call them reverse discrimination. Um, but anyway, it's affirmative so that you know that non-whites, because you can't say blacks in South Africa. Well, you can. I mean, they do use the term, but it's not wildly accurate because they don't separate it like in America. If you've got, I don't know, 1/10 African blood in you, you African American. Like this Kamala Harris, right? The vice president for Biden, the Democratic vice
Yes.
president. She is half Jamaican and half, no, is it Jamaican and half Indian from India,
South
right?
India.
Yeah, but they call her African American. She got no African in her whatsoever. It's anyway. If you're not Mexican or Hispanic, and you've got some blood in you, that's it. Or you don't obviously look Asian, because they will say to Asian people that you're Asian American. But it's like Tiger Woods. I mean, he's more Asian American than he is African American. But they never called him Asian American, which is a little bit bothersome. Anyway, but in South Africa, they wouldn't call you black necessarily. I mean, sometimes, but for the most part, oh, I've gone too far. For the most part, it was, you'd say, okay, they, Zulu, Xhosa, or whatever. Okay, maybe you'd even say black sometimes. However, those that were of mixed blood, that had light complexions, and also the Bushmen influenced them. A lot of Bushman blood in there. They were called coloureds. They called themselves coloureds. Okay, a different demographic and visually very different also. Not like in America where you've got somebody like Halle Berry. You know Halle Berry, right? The actress.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, yeah, famous actress, but she's very light skinned, and I don't know if you don't know any different in Europe, if you, or in India or Pakistan, you wouldn't think of her as a black American. She just, looked like a white American with a little bit of a complexion or a tan or whatever. I mean, she doesn't necessarily look African in any way, or that typical black look. So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, but it's people who look like her, they would be coloreds. And then you had the Indians. Well, Indians from India, you know, different to blacks and coloreds. And yeah, Chinese too. But the Indians are quite a considerable proportion, So anyway, so South African the demographics is very different. So very interesting. So, very interesting entirely. So okay, here we go. We did this in Street View, but we didn't do it in Google Earth. I don't think. Right?
Mm.
We'll see.
Yep.
Yeah, we did it in Street View. Ah, come on now. There we go. Oh, sorry. Oh, oh, this is the Street View. Where's Google Earth now? Oh, we got two Street Views. Oh, we went out of Street View. We went out of Earth into Street View. So how do I get back there? Exit Street View. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. So let me just zoom out above the town a little bit, just to give you a perspective of, I mean, the size of the town. This is it. Now, at that time, this area here is white area, and this would be for coloreds. There are no blacks at that time. Well,
Ah.
technically, if there were blacks, they would be staying here, but they were very infrequent and very rare. Not many, but mostly they were coloreds, and this would be their area here. That was it. So,
Mm.
yeah, it's still, I mean, it's just the legacy of the system, and you can see that the housing is, a little different.
Mm. Mm.
You see, a
Mm.
small government housing, obviously, regimented like this. So, very interesting. So, I once upon a time when walking through here, it was raining. I walked all through here, and I would walk all the way across the town, and I don't know where's the hospital. I think this might be the hospital out there. It was kind of on the edge of town, but anyway. Oh no, yeah, Carnarvon. That's where the hospital is. I remember that it had kind of grounds to it. It was kind of a cool place. So anyway, it seemed very far at that time, because this is where the house is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Is that the sloot or is this it? Yeah. It's either this one or that one. I'm not sure now. But still, it seemed like a huge, long way to walk. Doesn't seem far looking at this way, but I guess when you're a little kiddie, it's far to walk. Anyway, but you get the
How old you were?
We left there when I was 9. So so uh, I turned 9 in the last year there. So mainly 6, 7, and 8. In September I turned 9 of the year that I left when I was in the boarding school. So anyway, very very barren, as you can see, no green really.
Mm.
Yeah. So you also see here, you see the towns a little bit. And my father would go all this area. You see how it's very central, and
Mm.
like that's a smaller town. Loxton is smaller, Fraserburg smaller. And this at the time had, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 people in it. Copperton, Priska. He would serve this entire district, all of this. He would go on house calls to people. It's freaking ridiculous, but I don't remember him going to Britstown and Stridenberg, but Priska, yes. Copperton, yes. Van Wyksvlei, yes. Uh, Williston, yes. Sutherland, maybe, I'm not sure. Uh, but Fraserburg, yes. Just astonishing. Beaufort West, yes. Wow, just amazing. It is now. I want to zoom out and oh, well, the country's on its side. Hey, hey, hey! No lying down, country. No lying down. I hope that's about centered. I don't know. I gotta assume by this line, yeah. But you see, Beaufort West is a bigger town. It's very central. Now, if you look, you see Carnarvon, right? Now, just look at this in terms of the country. Okay, this year is they don't show it very nicely, but there that's the border for Namibia over here, and then
Uh,
yeah goes a little up, and then that's Botswana's border over there. And see, this goes up into the Transvaal over here. But in the heart of the country, I mean, that Carnarvon is like almost quite literally in the very center of the country. You know what I mean? Or at least in the southern part of the country, because it's very different. This is the Karoo, which is this vast semi-desert. Then you get the Kalahari up here, which is more closer to a true desert. Um, and it isn't actually, but it's closer. And then this is bushveld up here, and then the east coast you can see by the green here. I mean, this is all jungle over here. And then down here you've got rainforests, but of a different kind of a rainforest, because it's Mediterranean climate, but it's really cool and it's really beautiful here. Um, I don't know if you can, if they will get to see this at all from this view, but we'll see. This nice is just a gorgeous area. So yeah, it is not enough here to. It doesn't go close enough. I mean, yeah, it's not showing, but I mean, there's just trees, and you see like this, and these forests, and just creepers, and just unbelievably beautiful area. Yeah, it's unfortunately it doesn't show here. So, and they have nice elephant park. Um, it used to be long ago, and you go here, and lots of elephants, and really a gorgeous place. Yeah, yeah. So, Beena, it's such a gorgeous country. It's a bit wasted now. I'd sailed here, Swartvlei. It's very fun, very exciting. Holiday vacation, big regatta. Mm, I think the provincial championships or something, even national. It was some big, more than a usual regatta. It's just fantastic. So, ah, it's just fabulously beautiful, Being. But now the politics and the economics, they so messed up the country. I, I don't even want to go back there. It's such a mess. It's not nice anymore, in the sense that there's always some real stress and problem and trouble and drama. Very much like it is for you there in Karachi now. Some of the stuff happening. Power is a big issue.
yeah.
Corruption is a big issue. It kills the country. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a sad business. So I do want to show you one other thing. Honeston, Strathspey Palace. Somewhere here, my father had a. Let's try. Let's try do a search and see. Mm, okay. Uh, we'll see. We'll see. No, no. Dang nabbit. That wasn't it. So, okay. Let's try again. Mm, they don't always do the addresses. Well, maybe. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay. So this was this little real remote place. And yeah, and this is pretty much what we had on the property. I didn't have the reed roofs, but they had these
Mm-hmm.
little old dwellings, and there's nothing here. I mean, there's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these are all very, very tiny little dirt roads, and
Mm-hmm.
you had this long, long, long beach. You could drive on this
So,
beach on
but
a Land Rover.
this was your house?
Well, no, no, my father had vacation little last year. Just the
Ah,
extra
okay,
property with these two little
okay.
kind of shacks, very rough, and we'd come down here and we came twice. The one time I had two different things would make fantastic Airbnb now. There were two properties, and my father invited these real poor, kind of rough, kind of, you know, I don't know. My mother called them low class people, but it was completely inappropriate, and it just freaked the hell out of my mother, and we never went again. It's like, why?
Mm-hmm.
Why do it? We coming on the family, and it's like, yeah, you know. uh, Anyway, I mean, she's a bit snobbish, but I saw her point a little bit. I mean, they were in a whole different
Her
lifestyle than
way,
us,
yeah,
It's like,
her
why,
her 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 way or her selection of word might not be appropriate, but she was right in her perspective
Oh,
that.
absolutely. They weren't family friends. There's no way they would have come to the house in we were living in Worcester at that time. No way whatsoever that they would have done this. And but yeah, he
Mm,
invites them for the weekend. It was probably some payoff or something, some favor, scurrilous favor that the guy did because he was very scurrilous. So yeah, yeah, we see something. This may as well have been the property. Uh, this could very well be it. Okay, there were two properties, but it was just something like this, and then there was another little building, and that's it, all open. But this is, it's a pity the thing is so rough. This is kind of bushes, beach bushes. I don't know if you've seen them in the bush and the beach. They grow and they have
mm,
little domes, and you can kind of go in underneath them, and it's
mm.
on the sand dunes. It's quite amazing.
Yeah.
So it's just more. It's not as flat as it looks now. But
Mm,
anyway, and then there was a bit of a ridge where we were, and there was even a little bit of a cliff, a little cave in it, and man, it was just too remote. And I like remote places, and this place was absolutely fantastic for a remote place. This is a gorgeous place. I mean, if my father wants to leave me a property, if he still has that property, he can leave me that one. I mean, it had the two houses on it. You could stay in one and rent the other one. That'd be fabulous for Airbnb now because you can really make something out of it, because of its remoteness. I can't see it being built up because there was nothing. There was fishing, a little fishing place, and then they made these weirs. You maybe can get an idea of it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You see, they built this with
yeah.
stone, right? And
Oh,
then tidal pools with stone, right? And I don't know if
oh,
this is showing it too, but what would happen when the high tide would come in? Obviously the fish and stuff is there, and then as the tide goes out, the fish get trapped behind the stone walls. Very simple way to gather
oh,
fish, and there you go, and you go and pick up your fish or scoop them out of the net. It's very simple. The walls did require lots of maintenance, well, relatively, but they were still there, and they hadn't, been done for a long time. But this beach, you could drive, I don't know, you could, with a Land Rover, because there was no rocks that got in your way. You could drive. I mean, we did the one time we drove all the way up here. I don't know how far we went, but it just went forever. Yeah, we went probably all the way up to, yeah, I think, yeah, you couldn't go anymore with the rocks. But it was this long, long, long beach. And you see now it's a nature reserve here. So, I mean, from what I'm seeing here now, still, this area is still rough. You can see by the roads, you see. I mean, there's no streets here, and these are very small, little, rough dirt roads. So, yeah, it seems to be still. Anyway, it's very cool, Beena. It's very magical. Just that remoteness. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. All right, so where are we going next? We are going Google Earth. We are going to Beena's place. Oh, no search results. Okay. We take out Adam Arcade. For whatever reason, they don't seem to like Shahid Mullet Road. Oh, now do. All right. I was going to say. There we go. All right.
This is really interesting. I never heard about your father in this way,
Yeah.
which yeah, but which I was thinking that why not?
Well, I agree, sort of, why not? But he didn't do it out of the goodness of his heart. Those people really loved him, you know. I mean, okay, South Africa at that time was a very stratified society. Yeah. I mean, even in the whites, they were literally called poor whites, and they were poor whites, and they didn't mix with, the likes of my father was a doctor and all this. Very English class system. I mean, they still have it in most countries. It's still very similar. Look like
Mhm.
trailer trash here in America. They don't
Oh
really
yeah.
mix with people that aren't trailer trash. So it's still part of it. Anyway, um, but here's the thing. He had a side of him that sort of took pity on those people, but there was another side of him that he would exploit and manipulate and abuse those things, those people. So he never did anything out of the goodness of his heart. He was a total be a man. So yes, he gave the impression that he did it out of the goodness of his heart, and maybe there was a part of him that had it. I personally feel there was a little part of him in it, but later when I thought of it, it's like, no, you're doing this for uh, some you know leverage of some kind. Okay, so which way do I need to go? I assume down to the bottom of the screen, not the top, judging by this circle from the
This
highway.
is this is a big road. So where are we? Let's go there.
Happy Home School. Do you
Oh
not
yes,
know?
it
Oh,
is close by. It is
so
close by.
yeah, Minar,
Oh,
Chaurangi.
this is okay. So we are here. Okay.
Right. So and
Charminar is next roundabout to my home.
oh,
I think that we are
but
just
but
here.
but this is
That
This is your home then. Your home's got to be somewhere here now.
there, close to the red spot we have. Yeah.
Wow, look at this way the buildings are.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
No,
Close to
no,
that red
no.
spot.
I didn't put Adam Arcade. It wouldn't take Adam Arcade. So you
No,
have to
but the
kind of.
Happy Home. It we are close to Happy Home School. So
Oh, well, if this is the roundabout to you, and
yes.
okay, so you got to kind of. Isn't this not your block of flats right here? It looks like you have to shift your eye a little bit. These buildings are like at a strange angle. You
I
see,
think that this one. Yes. Yes. This
this
one
is
in
this
the
is you
corner.
right here.
Yeah.
See, even I recognize it already. So, and this is your
That's it.
apartment right here
No. No. The corner one. Yeah.
on the
Yes.
corner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this corner here.
No. The outer side corner, but go in a bit like I don't know how to say that,
Okay, so
but
where my thing is now, do I move left or right or up? I mean, up or right? I can move right or I can move up.
let me just a minute. My screen is showing. Okay, so if you look at the very corner, yes, yeah,
Well, I'm on the
just
corner now
go
with my
up,
cursor.
yeah,
Go
go
up.
up, go up,
Uh-huh.
and then go right, go right. Just no, a bit, just a bit. Yes, here, and yes, here. This see this black spot there. You see
That's
that?
your roof
Yeah?
terrace. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. This black spot is actually a duct where my bedroom window is open.
Ah, so wait a second now. So you don't have windows that look out into the center here.
This side, yes.
Well,
Yes,
that's
we
where I
have.
put the cursor. That's what I said to you. So your apartment is somewhere over here, right? From the center to the edge.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yes.
that's what I understood. Yeah, because it can't be that you're just in the middle and you have to
No,
have
no,
all
no.
the windows this way or that way. So
No.
here's your windows that look out over onto this courtyard, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
this is your duct that goes to, that's that column outside your window. So this is your
Yeah.
bedroom right there.
No, just a bit left. Just a bit left. Oh,
There.
yes. Here.
Ah, I
Exactly
see.
here.
So your
This is right
apartment
now
then
where I am.
goes kind of in it goes a little bit there around the corner and then to the front. Yeah, it's got a bit of a
Yes. Yeah.
point to it. Okay, interesting, interesting. All right.
So this
So
is where
which
I
which
am right
rooms? The
now.
living room looks out into the courtyard or the kitchen or what?
No, the living room and Amy's bedroom
Amy's
and the
bedroom
drawing room. Yeah,
and the drawing room.
correct.
Oh, three of them there. Wow.
Yeah, yeah. Three of them
Wow.
there, and my bedroom
Hmm.
and the kitchen and the
Okay.
lounge
So your
is on
bedroom
this
is
side.
here. Right, let me zoom in
Yes,
a little bit more. All right, so I can be bigger. So it's too close. Your bedroom is right here. Farouk's
yes.
room is over here
Okay,
somewhere, right?
okay. Yes, yes,
Right. And
yes.
then what's on the courtyard side of Farouk's room?
Okay, so they have that at Farouk's room, and the living room is kind of a, like, okay, you can
Right.
say
So
that
one
same
room.
thing.
Okay. So you
So
got the
yeah,
so
yeah.
so just stick with me because I need to get for me the picture here. So okay. So you got the living room,
First the
Farouk's
Amy's
room.
room. First the Amy's room.
I didn't mean
First,
first the Amy's room.
from the corner, if you see that,
Oh,
like,
so there you
yeah.
got Amy's room, a living
and
room,
then and,
and
and
then
then there's
Farouk's
just
room.
no, no, no,
Oh,
no, not like this.
oh,
First at the corner, from, yes, here. Okay, first the Amy room, and then make it a bit down, make it down. Okay,
like this way
just
down.
next to that, yeah, yeah. So just next to Amy's room is, it's a living room, and of course, like, we use it as Farouk's room, yes, also. So he
So this here,
that is
this is
this room,
Farouk's room
yes, yeah.
and
and
Amy's
then
room.
and then the drawing room, and drawing room is like
Over
the
here,
this
the
this
drawing room.
reserve tank. See,
Uh-huh.
see this thing over on top of roof terrace, the reserve tank is
I don't
on
see
top
the
of
reserve
the
tank.
drawing room. Yeah, these
Uh,
are these blocks, these
oh,
brown blocks, you
oh,
see,
this is all
these are,
reserve tank. Ah,
yeah,
I see.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
this is the drawing room, and then your room is on the other side of it over here
Yes,
somewhere.
yes, and the kitchen is just
Over here.
beside my, like, just behind my room. No,
Behind your room
behind.
this way.
No, not a bit downward, downward, downward. Yeah.
This way. Over here.
Yes, yes, yes,
Wow.
yes.
Oh, I see. So what's over here then?
Okay, it's a different kind of arrangement, like, because my room have a attached bathroom. So my washroom and
Is over
Amy's
here.
bedroom's washroom, and we have some a
How can
lobby which
Amy's bedroom,
is
if Amy's in the corner here, how can her bathroom be over here?
yeah, it is like that.
I don't understand. She'll have to walk through the living room to get to her bathroom. I don't know. That makes no sense what you're saying. Sorry.
Okay, give me control of your mouse, so I will tell you.
Mm,
Yeah, that will be easy, no?
yeah. Okay, so first thing we do with the mouse is go the outskirts of the apartment.
Mhm.
Because from what you said before, Amy's in the corner and her bathroom can't be, next to her room and be next to your
Okay,
room.
okay. So the first thing is that this
I'm
this
not seeing the
image is a
mouse.
bit dragged. Yeah. Okay.
I'm not
So
seeing the
now
mouse
you can
move yet.
see. You can see.
No,
Okay.
uh-uh,
Now.
I don't see your mouse at all. Sorry. Okay, move my mouse now.
Okay. How to take control of your mouse first?
All
Tell
right, let
me.
me let me do it again. You've got to click OK when I say do it.
Okay.
There's a little message that pops up and it goes away after a few seconds. All right,
Mhm.
so watch the screen and be ready to click in the middle, on it, wherever it says. You see it?
I did that, but I don't
Ah,
know.
there,
I'm not
there, I
sure.
see it now. Okay, so
Okay.
now outline, go trace the
First, let me expand it again because I was like doing that. Okay. So
so
now,
trace the outskirts of your apartment.
okay. So the first we need to understand that
Uh,
this
d- d-
thing
uh,
is not actually a roof terrace. It is a side view which
I
they
know,
just
I know
flatten
that.
it.
I know,
Yeah. Okay.
I understand that. That's what I said. Just do me a favor, please, Beena. Just
Okay.
trace the outskirts, and I'll understand,
Okay.
right? So,
See, just right here. See
yeah,
the lighter shade here. Yeah.
yeah.
This is our apartment.
I
This
know,
light
but you're still
shade.
not tracing the whole of it.
Uh, uh,
Just the
I'll
light
tell.
shade part. That's it.
Yes, this is the light
Ah,
shade
okay.
part.
Okay, so
See.
go slowly. Go slowly. So it comes there, and then you go a little bit
See.
down, and then
And then,
okay. I got you now.
okay.
Okay,
Okay. Now,
okay.
these are the water tanks reserve, like they have
Uh-huh,
on roof terrace.
uh-huh.
Okay, and we have this here. We have a door to roof terrace from our stairs.
Oh, well,
Okay, so here I have my window, just
yeah,
right here.
yeah.
Okay, and this is my room here. this thing.
Yeah.
This is my room.
So
And
your room
this area,
hang on. Your room goes to the right. It goes a little past that the column. That's the corner
yeah,
of your room, right there.
yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay, and here I have my washroom.
Okay.
And
Okay.
here, this is my washroom area.
Yeah.
And this is Amy's washroom area.
Ah, okay. Now I'm
Okay.
understanding it better. And then Amy's
And
room.
this is Amy's room, and
Yeah,
we
you
have a
see, when
gallery
you
here.
explained it to me earlier, Amy's room was in the bottom right hand corner, not the top right
Okay,
hand
so
corner.
this
That's
is
why I was
Amy's room,
confused. Nah, it makes sense. Yeah.
and we have a gallery here. Yeah.
Gallery? What do you mean a
Okay.
gallery?
A balcony. Okay.
Oh, oh, oh.
And
Okay.
yeah, and next to Amy's room is a living room. Yeah, which is a Farouk
Does
room
the living
also,
room
you can
go
say.
all the way into the corner? Because your arrow didn't go
Yeah,
all the way into the corner.
yeah, it is like
Okay,
straight
that's
here.
all
Okay.
the way. But the
And
corners
this,
where the brown is,
yeah,
or not?
he,
You know, the dark. The dark.
yeah,
You didn't
yes, a
go
bit.
all the way to the
Okay.
dark, so that's why I was a bit
Yes,
confused.
see, we have a
To the
a
very
balcony
corner
here
of
too.
the house now. Where's the
Yes.
very corner of it?
No, no. Okay, and let me tell you that this
Don't you have to
room
go a little lower for the
ends.
corner?
I'm just telling you that we have a balcony here in this room too,
Uh-huh.
and we have a washroom, attached bathroom here too,
Oh.
to this room,
So the house has
Farouk's
three
room.
bathrooms.
Yes.
Hmm.
Okay.
Why
And
are they
this
so?
room's door is just opposite to my bedroom door.
Where's
This
your
room's
bedroom
door.
door?
Oh, you never saw that?
Well, tell me
Hmm?
now. Show me with the point of the cursor.
Here, here,
Okay.
here.
So you have quite a big bedroom
And
then.
oh yes, and this area is a lobby, a small lobby, L
Uh,
shape. So which goes to, okay, turn like L here at Amy's room, and here in my room, and this thing. Okay,
yeah.
so it's a bedroom area separated from the living area we have officially. Okay, and this area here is our, you can say, dining area or living area. People use it, but we use
Where's
it
the
as a
kitchen?
dining area only. The kitchen is here. My room ends here, and
Hmm.
here we have kitchen here.
Ah, okay. All right. Makes
Okay,
sense now.
yeah, this is we have where we have
Yeah,
kitchen,
yeah,
and this area is our TV lounge or
yeah,
dining area.
yeah, yeah,
And here we have, under this under tank also, you can say that's still here,
yeah.
we
Uh-huh.
have a drawing room.
Oh, oh, interesting.
And drawing room is a bit longer, bigger than bedrooms. So it is 20 by uh, 12 or 13, something like that,
Oh,
feet. Yeah,
oh wow. Alright.
yeah.
Well, I sort
So
of get
this
the
this
idea.
is,
You'll have to walk through it with your phone at some point or the laptop.
oh yes, I could, yes, yeah. So this is, and I used to walk here. We do the walking here. Yeah,
Alright.
yeah. This is area we
Are
do
there
walk here.
railings on the edge of the building or not?
Yes,
They
yes,
are. Oh, good.
yes.
Oh, okay.
So I walk here,
Oh, good, Beena.
and sometimes we go like the.
Can you walk all the way to the top to the
Yes, but when the billboards were a become a big deal, so they had the
uh,
union of this building management committee. They
uh,
decided to earn more money for that, and they had a very huge billboard on top of like that in this building.
wow.
So this line you are looking
Uh,
at, this is the line for the kind of a foundation for
for
that
the
billboard.
billboard. And did they
Yeah,
ever
but
put it
which
up?
is, yeah, yes, it was there, but now it is no more because the court said, okay, no more billboards. It's a very
Who
annoying, and
said no more?
so it's a judiciary here. They just said no.
Oh, the government,
Mm,
not the government, but
yeah,
the
yeah,
building
the chief
management.
justice actually. No,
Oh,
the
oh, so
chief
it is a
justice of
government thing
Pakistan.
that said. Oh,
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 it's the chief justice of Pakistan who made a ruling that, okay, no more billboards, and it looks very bad and
on
ugly,
top of
and
the apartments.
buildings. Yes, so, and
Interesting.
it was looking very ugly. And so
Interesting. Okay,
this
I'm gonna
line
take
is
the
here.
yeah,
It's a kind of like a 2 feet uh,
barrier.
barrier, or you can say there are kind
Uh,
of thing. Otherwise,
you
it
can't
was
go around
all
it to
open. Yeah,
walk.
I can, but
Yeah,
it
you
is
can.
okay. But so I just avoid that. Okay, I'm on my
Can you ride a
in my
bicycle up
place.
there?
Never.
Can you? If you
No,
wanted
no,
to.
not a place like that. Okay, I wanted to, but I need to learn that because
No,
I
no. What I'm
tried
saying
many
is,
times.
if you wanted to, could you? Is what I'm asking. Not
Yes, not
not
on
you.
my
Could
roof terrace,
somebody?
but
Could
here.
somebody
Oh
ride a
yes, but
bicycle
here.
around
Yeah,
there? Yeah,
yes,
that's what I
yeah.
figured. Yeah, you can if you want to, or you could
Mm.
get a unicycle, learn to ride a unicycle, or
Yeah,
you can get a tricycle. That's easy to ride.
yeah.
All right,
So
all right.
this is the place we
Okay.
actually
So
are.
now I need to ask you.
And can you
Yeah.
see
Mhm.
this is spot
Yeah.
here?
Yeah. It's that
These are the
center.
pillars.
Yeah. Yeah.
These are the pillars you can see out of my window also.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's like a shaft, right? That goes all the way,
yes,
like a
yes.
ventilation shaft. Yeah.
Oh yes, exactly. But it's a big because four apartments windows are opening here.
Yeah. 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 It didn't look that big through the window,
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
anyway. All right. Very cool. Let me grab the mouse again because I want to see if I go shift. Oh, yeah. See, shift tilts it even more, Beena.
Mm.
Shift gives me a lot of angle. Oh, that's very interesting. Oh, not so much angle. All right. So now what I wanted to say is, okay,
Ah,
yeah. So this street is Shahidi Malat, right? Because you said
yes.
there's an underpass. This street is what, Tariq?
No, direct route ends here. Okay, you're not there really.
Hang on.
Just at the
So
bottom. Just at the bottom of this
yeah,
picture.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So is this Tariq Street? Yeah.
No, no, it's a Shahida Millat, it's straight, going
Right. So
straight.
this is Tariq,
Shahida. Yes, yes.
and
This is
this is
direct route.
what?
This is, I guess, this name is Bahadur Yarjang or Sirajutollah Road. I don't remember it.
What do you mean you don't remember? Can you not know? You're on the corner of Shahid Imalat and what?
I don't remember that.
I mean,
Maybe.
for all you know, your address could really
Is
be.
Shahida Millat. No, it is Shahida Millat Road
Well,
because
where's the
we
where's
are
the
on that.
entrance to it? The entrance could be over here, you see, and it's on this
No,
road.
not here. No, not here.
Still,
Just the
you need to know
opposite.
what this road is called,
Opposite.
Bina. Okay, that's your task.
Okay.
Please
Okay.
find out what it's called. I mean, that's important to know what this street is called, no? Since you're on the corner of it. So anyway, so is there anything? This is the family park that you said you wanted to go to, or that you do go to. This Usmania, yeah.
Osmania, I'm not really interested in. There is
Oh.
another park. Okay, okay. We have uh, one park
This
here.
one, this one.
Okay, no,
Is this the park?
no, no, it is not a park. And the
Oh,
and we, yes, see the next one here at the corner of Medicare Hospital. See,
that's the park. I was my
yeah,
cousin, and he
yes,
said, no, that's
yes.
not a park.
Mhm. Oh,
When I said, oh, this one, and he said, no, but this is the
oh,
park
but
I meant. So this is the one that you
oh
like to go
yes,
to. Yeah.
oh yes. This one is
Is
okay.
it?
Just close
Is
to
it?
my home. Yes.
Yeah,
See.
Jamaluddin Afghani Park.
Jamaluddin Afghani Road, yes. The
Uh,
next. I
okay.
know about
Is it?
that, but
Yeah, you like this park.
yeah,
Why don't you like the other one? It's not that much further. It's the same
it
distance, if
is
you
not.
ask me.
It is not further, but I don't. I don't know why I don't like that.
Wow, this one looks so nice. It's got lots of trees here. Well, it's something to explore, Bina. And you ever go this far to Koken Park up here? Too far.
Oh yeah, Kokon is a good one also.
Oh,
A lot of
what's wrong with
female.
this one? As Usmania, why is it? Is it a rougher part of town or what?
No, not a rougher part. It's a good locality. You can see that
Uh,
it looks good from the top view, at least.
this is a very barren, whatever this is. I don't know what this is. It's just open, farmland almost. It's kind of weird, this part here, right? I mean, what is this? Doesn't say. See, when I zoom in, it doesn't show. It looks
What
like
is
farming.
this?
I don't know. It looks like water even
Rahmania
here.
Masjid?
Uh, it doesn't say what it is. Interesting.
Huh? I'm
I don't know, Vina.
also.
You see?
Ah,
Strange. You see? Just
yeah.
kind of there. It's not very parky. So just looking a little bit. May zoom in a bit more. just to see if there's other. Oh, yeah, some little thing, but no, that's it. That's about it,
Okay.
park-wise.
Okay. If you look at Shahid Millat Road, you will see that it is actually this whole area is on hillside. Um, we have very
Oh, God, really?
kind of
Is it
yeah,
so?
it's
Shahid Millet
rare.
is going down here, downward, or up?
Uh,
Which direction?
after my home toward Osmania Park,
Is up.
and then, yeah, then
Is that
it's
up?
go down and then.
Oh,
So
so
we are at
Usmania
up.
Park is like on the top of the hill.
Yes, we are the same belt, but after that it goes down and then up again. So it's a kind of like this.
It says here Hill Park. Oh, Hill Park General
Oh
Line.
yes, Hill Park. It's a big
Wow,
park.
is
Oh,
this? Yeah, yes, it looking like a cool place. A lot of trees.
yeah.
Wow, what
Hill
is
Park
this
is a
place?
very big one.
What is this, Beena? Do you know?
Mm, I don't
I mean, a
recognize
lot of
it.
trees here. I mean, that's very
Oh,
a forest. Yeah,
yeah,
that's very unusual. I mean,
yeah.
dense
It's
too.
almost covered, dense,
Yeah,
and
it's
yes,
completely covered. Yeah, I'd be interested to go and investigate that. And look at this, the horseshoe building here, the Islamic Institute,
yeah,
or at least there's place
yes,
in it. So that has a
yeah,
nice park inside here too, right? Looks like.
yes, yeah,
Have you been here?
yeah.
Oh, well, cool. But yeah, I want to know what this place is with this forest over here. Yeah, see, sometimes when you zoom in, it'll tell you, but if people don't, what does it say there?
You can't even look through this.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
so dense.
yeah. It is unusually dense. Yeah, yeah. Well, not too unusually. There's another place that has some dense, but that's big. You see, look. Also, wow, fascinating, Beena.
But this one looks next to my apartment. I don't know why. It
Which
is
one?
not, but
No,
this yeah.
oh, you over here. Well, you're
Mm,
fairly easy. You this big circle, you know,
yeah.
to find your place. From the air. You see, from the air,
In the
you've got
older
you're in between.
yeah.
Sorry, this big circle here and
Yeah.
this horseshoe. Yeah, it looks like a racetrack. Do you know what this is? I doubt if it's a racetrack, but wow, it's buildings built like this. See? Huh? Wow, that's unusual. This is because the inside has to be part of this. So this is
Yes.
all one great big gigantic complex that they built. And if I'm guessing, these outer buildings is part of the same complex. You see?
Oh, it could be.
It has to be just the way it's built.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's in the street. You see, it's. So this is a massive project. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, interesting, interesting. Oh yes, Jahil Park with the sports.
Oh, the Jheel Park. It was a natural lake.
Oh,
So they call it we call it in Jheel. So it is
yeah,
a Jheel Park. At one time, uh, Mama and Farooq were so keen to shift to sell out this apartment and buy just next to, or you can say that almost uh,
overlooking Jahil Park.
at, at the side of Jheel Park apartment. And I really liked
Wow.
that apartment. It was really interesting for
So
me. It
somewhere
was on the first
yeah,
floor.
or yeah, or yeah. Which one do you know? Like yeah,
Um,
probably.
Jheel Park is actually just go to the Jheel Park
I
first.
am. I am. I'm right here.
Okay, so let me try where it might
Was it
be.
in the high-rise building? In this high-rise one here, maybe?
No, not the high rise one. It was something like, okay, so you can see that this the track side. Okay, I don't know how to,
Well,
because I
left
cannot
or right
control
of
your
Jill
mouse.
Park? Okay, so this is bottom left,
Right,
bottom right,
right, right,
right
right,
here.
right.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So
These
yeah,
might be. Yeah,
or
this one.
yeah,
Because yeah, because it was
right next to the
there
school.
was there was a huge tree Uh,
Wow, this
uh,
is it.
at,
Then yes, the huge tree right
yeah,
there. Oh yeah.
and then that huge tree was at the roadside of that Cheer Park, and it was almost a like very big part of it was in the balcony of that apartment.
Then this is the
And
apartment where my mouse is
yes,
now. That would be it
yeah,
then, yeah.
and yeah, and the other interesting thing for that apartment was that it has a lobby, a narrow lobby, but going through like throughout the apartment.
Oh, wow. So what happened with that? Why didn't it what
Okay,
happened?
so I was so keen and I was really interested in that because I really like this idea that a narrow
Yeah.
lobby going through. So it means that you have a privacy. No other
Yes.
bedroom is facing another bedroom
Yeah.
or room. So it
Yeah.
was like I like that idea.
Yeah.
But
And the
and the
huge
back.
tree. That was also
Oh
cool.
God, oh God, that was like
Yeah.
yeah, I was. Oh my
So,
God, I was definitely
so
going to
what
have
happened,
this bed.
Beena? So what happened? What happened?
Oh, I don't know why some people just create something and then rumors start appearing that these are haunted and all that, and then
Oh, for
Farooq
crikey.
dropped this idea.
Well, somebody else who wanted it probably started that rumor to get rid of you.
No, these apartments are still not occupied, so I feel that
Wow. So that's an
yeah.
opportunity for something. I don't care if stuff was haunted. I say bring it on. That's exciting.
No, Farooq was also not like really bothered with, but he says that whenever we want to sell it in future, it
Uh,
will be a problem. So that's why he said, okay, it's
that's
not a
fair
good
enough.
investment.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So he was not really bothered with all these rumors, but he says it is not a good investment. So
yeah.
it makes sense to me.
And
Yes.
that's fair enough. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Unless you can squish the rumors that it's haunted. By the time you leave in 20 years' time, it's like that's long gone. You can say no. It's just nonsense. It's not true. Yes, Clifton, Beena.
Ah, see the Clifton.
Yeah, but
I
that's not a
told you about.
fancy beach here. This is I don't know what this is.
Okay, you haven't seen a Clifton Beach? Let me.
Wow, it just says Clifton, but it doesn't look like there's much beach going on here. I mean, this looks like a harbor. Yeah, it's very interesting that they have this. I don't know if it is a harbor, but yeah, that's what I thought it was, a boat basin. But and this looked more like it was some sort of, because it's enclosed, you see, like a water treatment thing of some kind, even though it says boat basin. Yeah,
A boat basin. We have this. It is a part of the same ocean. Okay, it
yeah, yeah.
comes,
You
but
see,
it's a very
there's
confined.
a pier and it's
Yeah,
enclosed, so yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And then now you go out to the sea. Yeah, so
So boat basin is a very you can say that a popular area and
yeah.
very happening. They have a
Wow.
lots of restaurants there,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. That would make sense. Yeah. This is very
yeah.
interesting, Beena. Karachi has a very intricate harbor. You see,
Yes,
it's very intricate
yes,
harbor. Look, you come
yes,
in, you go through, you come up to the
yes.
creek. You got this. And, well, I don't know if you can
And
access that.
remember, I told you about
Right.
the beach
And
luxury.
look
I
here,
was,
yes, look here, small.
yeah,
And then you've got this area here, although that doesn't seem to be that harborified. But this is all the harbor because it says Karachi Port, you see, and then
yes.
you got the little island. And so, yeah, very extensive. Wow, very interesting, Bina. Very interesting. Okay,
We
by the
have
way,
a
Bina,
very, yeah.
sorry, while I see sea and thing now, and somewhere, yes, where you're going to go, where were you going to go? Shamspur Island? Is that where you're going to go
No,
scuba diving?
no, no, not here. It is near Karachi, but it is in
Okay,
Cherna Island.
which
Cherna.
way do I have to go? Left or right?
No, just type Cherna Island.
I'll
It,
go
it
there. I'll skip. Do I have to go this way or the other way?
I don't know because it
Oh,
is not in Karachi. That's why I'm
oh,
saying.
I know. I'm
Okay,
just going down the. I'm just going down the coast to see if I can just.
so
I'm just exploring at the same time. I can search it if I don't find it. So just more fun to search for it. So all right. I guess not this way. Well, unless I didn't go far enough, but we'll see.
because it is towards Balochistan.
Oh, so the other way then. Yeah.
Uh,
It's Bundle Island. Yeah, yeah. I'm guessing it's here. Budo Island. Is it near these islands? Do you know?
um,
Wow, this is very
I
extensive for the water here. Look, Bina. Wow. I
Yes.
mean, this compared to the harbor, which was quite big, you see,
Mm.
look how big this area is, but this is kind of
Yeah.
like a wetlands here. See,
Mm.
right? I mean, this is what, marshy area? Do you know
Mm.
this area
Uh,
here? You don't know what it is?
no.
Wow, Turner Island is, unless it's not showing, it's far away. All right.
Yeah, must be.
Huh.
So that's why I was telling you that we are
Yeah, I'll
okay.
type it in a moment. I,
Almost,
I, I like
almost
exploring, Beena.
island. No, almost island because
Hmm.
Karachi has so many beaches. We have French Beach, we have Hawke's Bay, Paradise Point,
Hmm.
Sandspit, Clifton. Uh, too many.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at this now, Beena, you see all the
Yeah.
water here. You see
Yeah.
on the side. I mean, that's the harbor there, and
Yes.
this is a very extensive. I mean, I don't know if this because there's water here. I would imagine this is like swamp, marshland, something like that. You know,
Okay.
very
Um, and
okay.
and
So
we have
hang
a
on.
very interesting beach,
How do you spell
Devil's
Churn
Point,
Island?
Charna.
Uh, hey, Charna, Charna.
Yeah, island. Yes.
Oh, you say churn like there's a U in it, but it's Charna, no? Isn't it
Because
Charna
it's in
Island?
local language, so I don't know how to.
Oh, okay.
Charna Island.
Charna, Charna. All right, island in Pakistan. Ah, so it's quite far out then. You see, it's
Yeah.
out to sea. Did you see?
See, this is.
Okay. Look, look. I know where it is now, and I see why we didn't see it. It's, yeah, here's Karachi. You go around the corner, and there's Chana Island. So
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it is near Karachi, but not in Karachi. So.
yeah, it's kind of around the corner. Mubarak. All right. So now, being a girl, that's what I wanted to say about. If you still want to do your scuba diving this year, you better book now.
Oh yes.
Yeah, because first of all, they might not do scuba diving in winter.
Oh, don't tell me like this.
That's why I'm saying do it now while it's still summer or at least fall, so that you can do it in September, maybe October. If they don't do it
No,
in the
I
winter,
wanna
they
do
might.
that in January, hopefully.
Oh, I thought you said this year. Oh,
No,
oh, okay. Oh, well, maybe it's this year in Muslim year. Okay.
no. No, it was like that, like maybe in December,
Oh, I
but
see. All right.
late December, so it might be January.
Ah, okay. Karachi, Karachi. You see how big Karachi is. You see?
Yeah.
I mean, look, this is all part of Greater Karachi. You see? You see? All built up still. You see how far it goes? It's huge, Beena. See?
Yeah.
Outskirts of Karachi. This is all still connected. You see New Karachi town. It goes all the way out here. Wow, still built up. You see? Still built up
So
again.
I was telling you about the beaches.
Wow.
Clifton is like you can walk on my roof terrace, you can walk in that beach, and you go in the sea deeper and deeper and deeper, and gradually it is like, okay, on top of your head, but it is a straight walk,
Uh,
nothing. It's a very straight,
yeah,
gentle
where
walk.
this Clifton says, or is there some other Clifton beach?
It's different in Karachi, Port Basin, near Port Basin. So
Not this one, not here by the harbor. Some other
I,
Clifton.
I don't know. Like,
Oh,
yes, it must be because we were when we were around Wood Basin, you saw that Clifton. So it is. The Clifton Beach is like that, and then we have just close to Clifton, we have Devil's Point, a 0 point, some people call it. And uh, me and my family, we were there, and my stepfather, he parked the car in the beach, like directly there, And we were walking, and the water was till my knees. The water is super clear. I can see tons of jellyfishes moving
Wow,
there, and I
don't
was
touch the jellyfish. Painful can be. They're stinging ones.
okay. Yes, but I was not aware at that time, and nobody, and no one in my family
Ah,
also.
the
But
treatment for jellyfish stings, by the way, is to pee on it. I'm sorry, but it's true.
Mhm.
Yeah, really.
Okay, and we were walking in that, and it was so magical for me because there were tons of,
Wow. Wow, Beena,
and
that's
I can
beautiful.
see that, and it was
Wow.
so beautiful. And we had an amazing because it was a bit drizzling, so the weather was amazing, and the breeze was amazing, and then we were walking, and we saw that like tons of jellyfishes like, moving there. And the other on Clifton at night time. Oh my God, must be 10,000 or more crabs, baby crabs, red ones.
Wow, 10,000.
God, it was
Wow. Who
so good. Like
counted them?
I'm just saying,
Who counted them?
I'm just saying that more. I said that. Yeah.
I'm just teasing you. You know, when people say numbers, people always just take it for accepted numbers. But who counted? I always want to know.
It
Anyway,
was a huge part of
wow,
beach
Beena.
covered with red crabs. No, not uh, all were red, but for some, but other were like really baby crabs, and they were running there. It was so amazing. It was so
Wow.
amazing.
Wow.
And we have a sand spit. Sand spit is like really a dangerous kind of a beach because of the pit. You're walking, you're walking on the beach, and you are in water, and suddenly the next step is down, sudden dip.
Oh,
So it is a very dangerous step. And we have Paradise Point, where we have a very famous eye with the rocks made of rocks. And when I was young, like might be 9 or 10 year old, I was sitting there on a rock with my auntie, and suddenly I saw a wave over my head, like very high, and it was a huge wave. And I was watching that water is coming, and the next thing I remember that I was in the water.
oh.
Like it actually splashed me away.
Wow. Wow. Very cool, Beena.
And we have Hawke's Bay and French Beach. The beaches are like,
I'm trying to show you where we stayed in Chicago. Kind of the first place we stayed, really. I mean, yes, California, but not for very long. Then we kind of moved around, and we went up the coast, and we were in Milton Freewater on the border of Oregon. But again, we just stayed there for a short period of time. But yeah, and I don't know where. There's somewhere on. Oh, stop. Mm, Somewhere on this street, Diversity Avenue. I can't see where now. I don't remember where exactly, but I'll go down a bit too. It's very typical American city, boring, One very pretty. So, um, yeah, yeah, something like this, something like this. Oh, that might even be it now. I don't know. It's very sort of semi-industrial, really. I don't know. It's not a very nice, not a bad neighborhood, but not very exciting either. I don't know where we were, but anyway. Oh boy, I don't remember this. Somewhere along here, Beena. Somewhere along here. I don't know. I don't think here, but yeah, it's hard to say. Anyway, I don't remember the address, unfortunately, so I can't say. And they don't give the street, so I don't recognize the cross street. And I don't remember it, but if I see it, I'll probably remember it. So anyway, uh, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so yeah, it's a big. Look at Chicago. You see, it's very flat and spread out. Look at Karachi had. You see what I mean? It's like very uniform.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
huge as
yes.
well. It's also very spread out. All along the lake. Yeah. So, on the edge, it's kind of nicer in the suburbs. Yeah. Not so dry and pretty, but again, quite huge. Very spread out. So, I mean, technically, this is only Chicago. Yeah, but all of this is Greater Chicago. So,
It
um,
is interesting. Yesterday, Thomas messaged me and he says that he was looking at Karachi from Google Earth, maybe because of the weather situation.
yeah,
So he was saying that, oh, I saw that
yeah,
the
interesting.
Riari River, Beena, here in Karachi, and Marina Nadi. And he says, I Googled your place too, and it is nice, but it is very populated, so it will be an experience to visit Karachi and all that. And I said, of course, yes, why not?
Okay, so this is another place we stayed for a little while. Lawrenceville. This was nice. I mean, you can see already from the green, just a little prettier place.
Oh,
Um,
yes.
there's Princeton University and Lawrenceville School, Lawrenceville Township. I don't remember exactly, but I think it was somewhere. Yeah, it was kind of like a complex, not this rigid. It was more fluid. A housing development, I should say. Something like this. Yeah, right. Yeah, they don't really show. Yeah, yeah. This would have been. This could even have been it. They were kind of housing like this, and we had this place we rented. It was kind of fun. That could be. This could very well be. So it was nice. It was pretty. So, uh, yeah, that could be it. I don't know. Anyway, well, it's kind of cool though. And then you go up the highway. You go. It was very pretty to
Yeah.
drive. Princeton was nearby. Where's Princeton now? Princeton, Pennsylvania. Saw it earlier. Oh yeah.
So almost green, different shades of green, but
Mm,
just
yeah.
green.
See, yes, Princeton, very close. I mean, really, you're in Princeton. When yes, Princeton University in Lawrence Townships, right? Yeah, very close to Princeton. So, you know, it's very nice little town, Princeton. You drive through, you see the university. It's very cool, very, very pretty, very old. You see it, you've seen it in the movies, maybe. So, just going all the places we stayed. Let's see if I can go Milton Freewater. See.
Oh, I just remember that just to mention that one of the bathroom attached bathroom in Farooq's room,
Uh-huh.
he actually converted into walk-in wardrobe. So it's a small
Yeah,
place,
yeah,
but
which, yeah,
yeah.
it seems a big waste, but anyway. Is the actual, facilities there still, or did he take the toilet and the shower and stuff right out?
The shower is still there, the taps are there, but
But
he
he doesn't
removed
use it?
the toilet seat and the sink from there. So
Oh. Well, you can always put it back because, I mean, if ever you want to
oh, it's
sell it.
it's a 5 minute thing if he
Yeah.
really wants to.
Oh, okay. Okay. I mean, that's important. So, yeah, Milton Freewater, you see lots of farming around, and I don't know where the border is now. Sunnyside, Ferndale. We were right on, I guess.
It's a beautiful place, like all green, yeah.
Yeah, farming. But we were on the edge of it. Like there was a straight road, maybe this road here. Yeah, this could be it. And this side here on the left is Washington State, and this is Oregon. And we stayed here. We would drive along this road, and let's say this was the place we stayed, and she had some fields and stuff. So, and this was the social worker in Los Angeles. Um, his mother, and he hooked us up to stay there. And from here we went to Chicago. So all right, so let me do one more thing. Let me since we spent a lot of time there, at least um, it wasn't literally a long time, but in reality we spent a long time there in Santa Monica, California, where we were homeless. But it's a cool place. I'll show you now. I'll have to go to Street View though to get a better view of it. So let's see.
Oh, it was
Santa
also.
Monica, yeah. So yeah, you see Santa Monica Pier, and everything happened here close to the pier, and and we even slept on this pier once, right here, right behind this clubhouse. It's kind of a high thing up here, and we slept there. It's cold though, even though it was summer, it was still cold. Uh, yeah, I don't see where it is now. Oh yeah, wow, because it was high up that we slept. There were like steps, or maybe we stepped behind the harbor office. I don't know now, but yeah, yeah, I think so. I didn't realize it, but okay. Or maybe up there, I don't know. But anyway, we slept somewhere over there. So, and you see, you've got this whole park here, the Ferris stuff, amusement stuff.
Ah,
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty cool. So, and you go a little bit higher up. Let me zoom out so I can get my bearings a bit here. We'd come here sometimes for on the weekends. I think it was this park. I'm not sure now. Hare Krishnas would come give us food, and other people would come give us just handout stuff. Boy, so this was a big space too. This a big park here all along the beach. But no, that's not. Yeah, I suppose so. Well, it's the freeway and then the beach. It was sort of weird how that is.
this one is this special place has a very different view
Yeah,
from Google. Like, yeah,
yeah, yeah. Well, it depends how the quality of the
yeah,
photography. You see,
yeah. So it's a very
I'm trying to
different one.
see where there was kind of like sort of an open air place that you'd walk through. Uh, I can't see it now where we'd also hang out, but um, here we go. I believe this is it. Yeah, yeah. This just was like this open area here, and there's some trees here, and we just hang out here, just put our blankets down and just like picnic all day and rest and sleep, and then yeah, I guess, yeah. Oh, I don't know. Boy, I can't see now. There was kind of an open area that you could walk, like sort of well, I don't see it now. Like a promenade, but that had shops and a walkway. Not a street. Wow, I thought it was close by, but oh yeah, 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 yeah. No, I don't know now. Wait, it's been. These all seem like streets. Yeah, maybe this was it. Maybe this, yeah. It wasn't a drive-through, you see? Yeah, yeah. And this was a whole place, but I don't know. It doesn't look as friendly now as it did then. It was kind of a nice place, but I'll have to go down to Street View and see. So let's do that. You see, Street View, it shows you more in a photography way. You see, and you get so yeah, yeah. This is where we'd hang out, right? Yeah, just on the grass, right? Yeah, not much shade, but
Ah,
we just sit there all day. Yeah. And then we go walk around, obviously too, but just kind of park off and you go. This was a big mall. Um, I believe this is the big mall, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, why did it change my navigation? What did I do to change the navigation? Where I can click to move. Now I have to click on the arrows, which is quite bothersome. Well, now maybe this was. Uh, 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 I've got to go to Google Street because I think it's a little different. When I do the navigation. All right, yeah, yeah, we come here too sometimes, Beena. Um, yeah, I'm good. You can let go of that. Sometimes we'd hang out outside this for whatever reason, and they'd give you food here. I don't know why, but kind of line up and Main Street, and is that the park down there? Yeah. See, now I can click to move. So Google Earth gives you a street view, and then they have this instant street view. You see, instantstreetview.com, and yeah, I'm not sure where I am now, but anyway, I'll just go and see. I mean, I'm hoping I'm going towards the ocean. If I am, I'll figure it out in a moment. Hmm. No, it's a pity I can't. What is this now? Switch to map view. Okay. Well, that was useful. Hmm. All right. All right. So that was kind of nice, Vina. I got to remember that now. See, it allowed me to switch out. So here we're on the pier now. Uh, Remember, we go. This is very cool. That they get you right onto the pier. You see, there's the park. Remember when we looked at it from the top, all of the stuff. It's a big amusement area. It's very famous, and I mean you can just see by the amount of people here. This is a
Yeah.
big deal. Okay, so they don't let you go too much into it, but all right. So but you get the idea now, and you see there's the amusement park. It's not letting us go deeper into it. Um, you see. So I mean, it's an amusement park, and it's pretty extensive. So this is a big tourist area, obviously, and I mean, just
Oh yes.
uh, Los Angeles comes here, Baba comes from the Forrest Gump movie. So, and look the parking in this the huge beach, very flat. Look how the parking is on the beach. Even it's amazing. It's a very flat, big beach, really unusual. So this park up here. You see, you didn't get the view from the satellite out, overlooks things, because that's what I remember. You overlooked all this. It was filled with homeless people at night. I mean, filled with. In Santa Monica is not a very big place. They had like I don't know 3,000 or 5,000 homeless people. So lots and lots of homeless people. Just tremendous amount. So I'll see if I can get up there and see. Get an idea. Ocean Park it was called. See, it goes all the way along this. Yeah. So anyway, it's
Mhm.
cool. But Santa Monica is a very cool place. I gotta say, I like Santa Monica a lot. It's very cool because you can see there's a lot happening. I mean, look at this. You know, it's just very busy. okay, I don't know what's going on here, but this is drawing a crowd. I mean, it's not a normal crowd.
Yeah.
Picking something out here. I don't know what, but oh, all right. So here we on the other corner around the thing. Let's look back and see.
Yes.
Get our bearings.
Yeah.
I think the crowd was back here somewhere. Yeah, yeah. So this is this ocean park, and it's. I mean, you can see in the day it's really nice. You see, oh, there's homeless people right there. You can see by the bags. You see, there's probably another one right there. See the difference, Beena? You see? I'll bet you anything. But anyway, during the daytime, people would come and hang out, and it's very, very nice, and it's very extensive, and you come bicycling and shopping. And I'm going to show you. Oh, I'll show you Venice Beach. So somewhere here there was this little like kind of a open area place where you could walk through and shop. I don't know. We'll see. I'll just go a little further down. I don't know where it is now. Oh, maybe yeah. Yeah. You see? Oh no, it's a street. Well, anyway, I don't know. But you get the idea of the place. It's very similar to Cape Town, to the beachfront at Cape Town. Yeah. Remember in Sea Point, I mean.
Almost identical.
Yeah. Very similar. The high rides, the big promenade. This has got more trees here than the promenade
Yes.
in which is nice, and it's a little narrower too than the promenade in Sea Point. So, all right, but I don't think that place that I'm looking for is so far down. I think it was further up. I'll go to the main street and go up, or a main street and see. Yeah, yeah. It kind of connected to, if I remember, across, left and right. So we'll see in a moment. We'll just keep looking. Yeah, but you see, like this, a lot of outdoor stores, and when you walked around, it was kind of a happening little place too. It's just nice. I don't know. Hmm. Let's keep going and see. I want to show you one other place. Oh, maybe this is where it is. Yeah, here we go. Ah, oh, all right, here we go. Yeah, see? I mean, you can technically drive, I guess, through here, but not really. I don't know if they let cars in here or not. But it goes, "Oh, well, they're letting us go in here, so okay." Staying on the sidewalk, which is a little weird of them. But you see what I mean? And this was a very cool place to come hang out. And this is where maybe it's not this exact one, but anyway, it's similar to this. When we first got here, we sort of dropped off and we walked through this place. It's not this exact one; it's similar to this, but there were more shops and stuff. It was more anyway, and then we hooked up with the. I said, look, we because that's when we first, after we were hitchhiking, and then we got dropped off here somewhere. Yeah, there were more stands like this that I remember. So anyway, maybe it's further down here. But anyway, yeah, yeah. So this was it. Yeah, yeah. So it seemed like there were more outdoor stuff on the pavement, that I remember. But anyway, so we were came along here, and I said, look, just from a strategy point of view, because after that, before that, we'd been hitchhiking all over the southwest, and we were just, so we were just hitchhiking, and so we were just on the move all the time. But when we sort of got dropped here, we didn't really have anywhere to go, and so I said, well, okay, we're sort of going to be here, and it's a long story, but then I said we have to find somebody local, like who's also homeless and who's got a bit of authority and can offer us, kind of help us get the lay of the land, but also that can be a bit of protection for us to sleep. So we hooked up with this guy Pineapple, who was ex Green Beret.
Pineapple.
Yeah, his name was Pineapple and Kathy. So we hung out with Pineapple and Kathy. And he's kind of a toughish guy, and I picked him out specifically. And so they showed us where all the places are that you can get place stuff to eat, and where the community center was, and they just showed us everything. So yeah, yeah, Pineapple and Kathy.
Pineapple and candy.
What can I tell you? So we would go to Venice Beach, which is another really cool place. Let's see. I hope they let us go on the promenade at Venice Beach. That would be cool. Let's see, Venice Beach. Is this it? Well, we have to get down to the promenade. Venice Beach is a very famous place. Very cool place too. Also, lots of homeless people here. You can see there's one right there. You know what? You'll see the homeless people too. With the shopping carts, obviously. The very classic traditional thing. I don't know which way the sea is, so let's go to the map view. Um, yeah, yeah. Okay, so we up here, and we want to be here by the boardwalk. Right. So you see, this is a whole, like, I don't know. It's a very cool place. Let's see. I don't know if they'll let us go all the way down there, but we can try. All right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You've probably seen this view with the palm trees like this in this big open park and people roller skating and bicycling and doing all this stuff in movies. It's a very iconic place. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it really
Yeah.
is
It
fun. But
it looks
now
really
we're
good.
not, we have to go left and right here. They're not letting us go all the way down, unfortunately. So, um, yeah, yeah. But anyway, so Venice Beach was very cool. It's very cool. And you see, this is all you see to rent for to go through, and it's very bohemian, and got all this kind of like I don't know, I guess hippie sort of in a way, but free spirits and all this. Hey, look, you even got ghosts here. You see. But you get the idea, I mean, and it's just a cool place. You can probably look up a video, but we'd come down here every now and then. It's a little ways away from Santa Monica, so we had to get the bus to come down here. But they would give us tickets because there was a restaurant here called Bread and Roses, I believe. That was I told you about it, right? That was run by this woman from Beverly Hills and Bel Air, and doing community service, and they served fantastic food for free, of course, to homeless people. And it was just an exquisite, beautiful little restaurant, and the best salads I've ever seen in that restaurant. So,
Um,
yeah. So I'm trying to see how far away it is from Santa Monica. Oh, it doesn't seem far away. I suppose we could have. It's too far to walk though, so we take the bus. I mean, it doesn't seem very far this way, but when you're down on the ground, it's far. It's far to walk. Yeah. So I suppose technically we could have walked, but I didn't realize it was this close. I thought it was a lot further. Wow. But these blocks are so huge, But yeah, we could have walked that easily. So no, we never did. So one thing we did to be different, at least that I did, so we practiced urban archaeology, right? You know what urban archaeology is?
no.
Okay, very nice way to say dumpster diving. Uh, So we went with okay, I guess did we do it with Kathy and pineapple or anyway? We hooked up with a guy called Jim, and this is what he did. At first, we didn't do it. So okay, we'll see. It's kind of interesting. So, but early on, the very first thing I did, I instead of a shop because we had our backpacks and stuff, and you have your sleeping stuff. We managed to leave our backpacks at the community center, but you still need your daily stuff like your sleeping bag and a bit of stuff that you're carrying around with you. So I said, I don't want to be pushing a shopping cart around. This doesn't work for me. So I found, and I can't remember where it was, just an abandoned stroller, but it was a double baby pram, right? But no, not the ones that like a pram, like where a little baby works in. This is for like little kiddies where they sit. You know what I mean? Two like chairs. You understand what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And they were side by side.
Ah.
So we put our stuff in there, and I pushed this thing around all over the show.
Okay.
And nobody looks twice. They don't see that there's a baby or not. It's just your stuff. I made it look nice, and I'm not pushing around a shopping cart with all my crap in it. So it worked like a charm. It was really fantastic, and we could go anywhere with it. It didn't matter. You go in the shopping malls everywhere. Nobody would bother you. Strategy, Beena. Strategy. This is my point. A little bit of strategy goes a long, long, long way. So Los Angeles is it's a really cool place. I like Los Angeles a lot. So there's more I could show you. If you go all along this uh, from Santa Monica, you could take we would take all the way into what was the main street called? Santa Monica Boulevard. Yeah, I guess so. Wilshire, Wilshire Boulevard. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So we stayed close to Wilshire Boulevard. It's a big deal anyway. So yeah. Anyway, you could drive. We would drive on the streets, not on the highway. From Santa Monica in later when I know it's different times, but very cool. And yes, where we stayed, Koreatown, somewhere over here, um, just north of it. We stayed over here somewhere. When they had the LA riots, the Rodney King riots in '92. Yeah, it's a big deal at the time. I don't know if you remember that or not, but maybe a bit before your time. Were you born in '92 already?
Sorry?
Were you born in '92? 1992? I don't
Yeah?
remember when you were born. When were you born?
18,
85?
89.
89? 89. Oh, so you were 3 years old then. Wow. So you were 3 years old when we came to America, Beena?
Yeah. At least
Wow.
I was on planet Earth.
Yeah. 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 So anyway, LA is a different place. It's got a very different energy. Any other place you want to go to, Beena?
No,
Let's see.
it's sleeping time now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's true. So I showed you where the little boy, the young boy was, which is Carnarvon,
Yes.
the desert.
Yes.
Then I showed you the middle town, Worcester, with a yacht club
Yes.
and all that. We didn't quite see, but at least you see with the green in the
Mm.
area. Then I showed you Sea
Yeah.
Point, and then I showed you in America. Okay, Santa Monica, Milton Freewater, California, Lawrenceville. After Lawrenceville, we went to Tucson. We were in Tucson for a while. Yeah, Tucson kind of boring though, but anyway. And then from Tucson, we went to California. And spent a lot of time there. We were like 10 years in California, maybe a little longer, and then from there to Sedona. So yeah, Tucson is not all too dissimilar to. It's the big flat city, really. So it's not too. But I mean, that's all the places we have. So let me see Tucson really quickly. Just since we got a few minutes, Tucson is. And it's kind of all the places that we stayed in. At least we stayed in Michigan for a while too, but not too long. Um, oh, okay. I have no idea where in Tucson, but this is Tucson, just the typical American city. Yeah, so, yeah. We stayed here when we were here. We stayed in our motorhome, Bina. We had that big long 28-foot motorhome, and we stayed
Oh.
in a motorhome park. Yeah, we stayed there for quite a while in the motorhome. We lived in it. Yeah. So and then it kind of we traded it eventually for a vehicle, a little pickup truck actually. And it's kind of a waste. When we had the shops, we put it in storage, and then it was leaking, and it got the mushrooms, and it was just a mess. And then I had to go. I didn't get to go out there to start the engine. It just kind of wasted away, unfortunately, and it was a bit sad. So all right, so a lot of people really like Tucson, and I don't know, I don't care for it. I mean, we hear gunshots. We were in not the best neighborhood. I mean, it's a little nicer up here, but it can be a little rough in some parts of Tucson. We hear gunshots where we were at that area quite regularly. So, but it's just hot, man. In summer, it's just too hot, and it's flat. Yeah, it's a mountain. It's in this big valley, and you see you got the hills on the outskirts. Phoenix is like this too. Very flat. And then you could drive up to a little mountain where it was cooler. But other than that, just flat. So, okay, that's it, Bina. Now you know everything about me. Let's go here to Tucson. I know it was really fun showing this stuff. I liked showing you this. It really made me happy. I don't know why, Bina. It just made me happy to show you.
It is fun.
Yeah.
And
So you
can
see
see
the
things and
you see the photo, you get the idea of Tucson, all in the valley and then the mountains on the edge, and a little bit of a slope, but it's essentially pretty flat. So let me go 3D. Uh, you see, Mount Lemon, that's where you go up. But still, it wasn't all that wildly high. But this is Tucson, all in this valley here. You see, all this flat. But we did, Beena, when we were there, we did the flea markets on the weekend. You know, we started again. We did the vending machines, and that didn't work out. Um, now, okay, this is showing Baja, but that's quite far away. We would drive from here. Okay, this shows it seems very close, but Tucson to Nogales is not a close drive. I mean, I don't know, it's a couple of hours maybe. But we drove all these areas here, all these little towns here, all around this whole area. Where's Phoenix now? Isa, this is Phoenix over here. This whole deserty area, we'd explore all the little side roads, and that's that map with a mystery. You know, let me go to the top view again, so I can see the roads. Okay, where's Tucson? They don't show the. I have to zoom in. Oh, wow. I don't know. You see, like these roads here, Bina. See, like this. These
Yeah.
little and dirt roads even. We explored them all. We went to all sorts of. We may have gone here to 3 points. We went to all these little wild and off the beaten track places, and some of them were like on the reservations, and I don't know. We just went all over the show. We explored that whole southern central Arizona like really in detail. I mean, we just drive around. That's it. We just didn't have anything
Uh-huh.
to do otherwise, So we just drive around. We were just following the universe dictates and seeing where it took us. And we went to Tombstone as well. It's kind of cool. So, yeah, yeah.
I don't know, but for
Looking
me,
for Don Juan, but we spent a lot of time looking for Don Juan or somebody like him.
no matter how much I love sea and beaches and water, I don't want to live
On the coast.
on beach. Like really, I don't want to.
Oh,
I want to live nearby, but where I can go whenever I want to. But because whenever I go to the beach, I get so absorbed in that. I don't talk. I'm not able to even talk. I just get silent and just. Um, it is a different kind of energy. So I don't want to live there.
oh,
So it is not
interesting.
sad or something, but it is very absorbing for me. So because the majesticness of the nature makes me like really, really silent and just yeah.
Oh,
So I don't want to uh, live there. Uh, uh, I don't want to live in a very big house. It's no, I don't like that. But I don't want to live in a very tiny one also.
yeah, yeah.
So it is for me to have enough space. I have very precise idea about that. Same with I don't want to live in very fancy kind of houses. I don't want to, but I want to live in aesthetically good, but practical, comfortable house.
Interesting, Mina. Interesting, Mina. Interesting. Ah. Oh, oh, I do have it open. Oh, I see. Okay. Uh, okay. So you want to go to bed right now, or do you have a few minutes?
Oh yes, I have.
All right. So, introduction. The Ion is the shortest or nearly the shortest of all the writings which bear the name of Plato, and is not authenticated by any early external testimony. The grace and beauty of this little work supply the only and perhaps a sufficient proof of its genuineness. The plan is simple. The dramatic interest consists entirely in the contrast between the irony of Socrates and the transparent vanity and childlike enthusiasm of the rhapsode Ion. And a rhapsode is essentially a storyteller, a dramatist. They would typically um, dramatize Homer's writings. So, anyway. And I would imagine this is where Rhapsody come from. They would kind of get too involved, and the Rhapsody was just a real extension of that. Anyway, the theme of the dialogue may possibly have been suggested by the passage of Xenophon's Memorabilia, in which the rhapsodists are described by Euthydemus as very precise about the exact words of Homer, but very idiotic themselves. So essentially, you can see a rhapsode as the showman, storyteller, blah blah, making everything, how people dramatize and huff and puff about stuff. You've seen people like that, right? You know what I'm talking about? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that they very precise about the exact words, but very idiotic themselves. So Ion, the rhapsode, has just come to Athens. He has been exhibiting in Epidaurus at the festival of Asclepius, and is intending to exhibit at the festival of the Parthenia. Socrates admires and envies the rhapsode's art, for he is always well dressed and in good company. The rhapsode, not Socrates. Socrates was known for, like I said, not bathing. In the company of good poets and of Homer, who is the prince of them, right? In the course of conversation, Homer's long since dead by this time, right? Long, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
5,000 years or something, he was very
Mm-hmm.
ancient. So, in the course of conversation, the admission is elicited from Ion that his skill is restricted to Homer, and that he knows nothing of inferior poets such as Hesiod or Orotchilocos. He brightens up and is wide awake when Homer is being recited, but is apt to go to sleep at the recitations of any other poet. Hey, 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 hey.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's good. It's fine. Yeah, it's cool that you can do it. And you can just, I'll put my hands up. And yet, surely, he knows the superior ought to know the inferior also. Very interesting point by Socrates, you see. Moreness needs to know lessness, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He who can judge of the good speaker is able to judge of the bad. And poetry is a whole. And who judges of poetry by rules of art ought to be able to judge of all poetry. This is confirmed by the analogy of sculpture, painting, flute playing, and other arts. The argument is at last brought home to the mind of Ion, who asks how this contradiction is to be solved. The solution given by Socrates is as follows. The rhapsode is not guided by rules of art, get ready to scroll, but is an inspired person who derives a mysterious power from the poet. And the poet, in like manner, is inspired by the god. A little
Oops.
too much. That's okay. There we go. The poets and their interpreters may be
We're just
compared
getting
to a
like this. Yeah.
yeah. The poets and the interpreters may be compared to a chain of magnetic rings suspended one from another and from a magnet. The magnet is the muse, and the ring which immediately follows is the poet himself. From him are suspended other poets. There is also a chain of rhapsodes and actors who also hang from the muses, but are let down at the side, and the last ring of all is a spectator. The poet is thus inspired is sorry, the poet is the inspired interpreter of the god, and this is the reason why some poets like Homer, scroll before I get to the end, Beena, poets like Homer are restricted to a single theme, or like Tinicus, wow, Tinicus, are famous for a single poem, and the rhapsode is the inspired interpreter of the poet. And for a similar reason, some rhapsodes, like Ion, are the interpreters of single poets. Ion is delighted at the notion of being inspired, and acknowledges that he is beside himself when he is performing. His eyes rain tears and his hair stand on end. Basically, these are just BSs, the Lux model BSs, if you ask me, right? The performers who are all vanity, but no, they do have some skill at least. Anyway, Socrates is of the opinion that a man must be mad who behaves in this way at the festival when he's surrounded by his friends and there is nothing to trouble him. Ion is confident that Socrates would never think him mad if he could only hear his embellishments of Homer. Socrates asks, and I don't think Ion has any idea of what's coming here, but anyway. Socrates asks whether he can speak well about everything in Homer. Yes, indeed he can. What about things of which he has no knowledge? Ion answers that he can interpret anything in Homer, But, rejoined Socrates, when Homer speaks of the arts, as for example of chariot driving, or of medicine, or of prophecy, or of navigation, will he, or will the charioteer, or physician, or prophet, or pilot be the better judge? Scroll, please. Ion is compelled to admit that every man will judge of his own particular art. Stop. Uh, oh, no, you were fine. Let's see. Of, oh, Man will judge of his own particular art better than the rhapsode. He still maintains, however, that he understands the art of the general as well as anyone. Then why in the city of Athens, in which men of merit are always being sought after, is he not at once appointed a general? Ion replies that he is a foreigner, and the Athenians and Spartans will not appoint a foreigner to be their general. No, I mean, you can see Socrates is already starting to take the Mickey out of this guy a little bit, right? To kind of tease him
Yeah.
a bit. Because of the self-importance. He's essentially pointing out the self-importance. No, that is not the real reason. There are many examples to the contrary. But Ion has long been playing tricks with the argument, like Proteus. He transforms himself into a variety of shapes, and at last about to run away in the disguise of a general. Again, and not literally, but figuratively. Posturing, in other words. Would he rather be regarded as inspired or dishonest? Ion, who has no suspicion of the irony of Socrates, eagerly embraces the alternative of inspiration. The Ion, like the other earlier Platonic dialogues, is a mixture of jest and earnest, in which no definite result is obtained, but some Socratic or Platonic truths are allowed dimly to appear. The elements of a true theory of poetry are contained in the notion that the poet is inspired. Genius is often said to be unconscious or spontaneous, or the gift of nature. That genius is akin to madness is a popular aphorism of modern times. The greatest strength is observed to have an element of limitation. Sense or passion are too much for the dry light of intelligence which mingles with them and becomes discolored by them. Imagination is often at war with reason and fact. The concentration of the mind is a single object or on a single aspect of human nature. Or on a single aspect of human nature overpowers
Hmm.
the orderly perception of the whole. How much longer is this introduction? Oh, okay, not too much longer. I thought it was short. Yet the feelings too bring truths home to the minds of many who are in the way of reason would be incapable of understanding them. Sorry, I read that poorly, but anyway, reflections of this kind may have been passing before Plato's mind when he describes the poet as inspired, or when, as in the Apology, he speaks of poets as the worst critics of their own writings. Anybody taken at random from the crowd is a better interpreter of them than they are of themselves. They are sacred persons, winged and holy things, who have a touch of madness in their composition, Phaedra, and should be treated with every sort of respect, Republic. Those are books of his, Phaedra and Republic, but not allowed to live in a well-ordered state. Like the statesmen in the Meno, they have a divine instinct, but they are narrow and confused. They do not attain to the clearness of ideas or to the knowledge of poetry or of any other art as a whole. Maybe let's say in the Protagoras, the ancient poets are recognized by Protagoras himself as the original sophists, and this family resemblance may be traced in the Ion. The rhapsode belongs to the realm of imitation and of opinion. He professes to have all knowledge which is derived by him from Homer, just as the sophist professes to have all wisdom which is contained in his art of rhetoric. Even more than the sophist is incapable of appreciating the commonest logical distinctions, he cannot explain the nature of his own art. His great memory contrasts with his inability to follow the steps of the argument, and in his highest moments of inspiration, he has an eye to his own gains. Yeah. So you see the BS. Yeah.
Hmm.
The old quarrel between, and again, that hollowness, the facade, obviously, they were all facade and no realness, right? The old quarrel between philosophy and poetry, which in the Republic leads to their final separation, is already working in the mind of Plato, and is embodied by him in the contrast between Socrates and Ion. Yet here, as in the Republic is probably his most famous work, where he really lays out sort of a utopian society somewhat. Here, as in the Republic, Socrates shows a sympathy with the poetic nature. Also, the manner in which Ion is affected by his own recitations affords a lively illustration of the power which, in the Republic, Socrates attributes to dramatic performances over the mind of the performer. Immersion, in other words, this is what he's talking about here, right? He's saying people get too immersed and they have this, there's a lot of power in this on the mind of the performer. His allusion to his embellishments of Homer, in which he declares himself to have surpassed Metrodorus and Lampsacus and Stacybrotus of Thessos, seems to show that, like them, he belonged to the allegorical school of interpreters. The circumstances that nothing more is known of him may be adduced in confirmation of the argument that this truly Platonic little work is not a forgery of later times. All right. So, kind of a long introduction. Sorry, I didn't realize it was that long, but once I started, we got stuck
Mm-hmm.
into it a little bit. But essentially, we are looking at this. Hey, 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 careful. I don't know what you're doing, but you're
Sorry,
causing trouble.
sorry, sorry. Yeah.
That's all right. Let me put off the.
Mhm.
Hold on, Beena, because I think you're trying to do other things while I'm talking, and right, right.
I was just making it short.
Oh,
It
oh,
was it was on whole of my screen, so I was just making it
oh, oh,
normal,
oh.
back
Is
to
it?
normal.
You got it
So,
now? Is it good?
oh yes, yeah.
Okay. All right, then I'll leave you with control. So,
Mm-hmm.
basically we're getting BSs here and also
Mm-hmm.
academics. The sophists are in a way early academics that are all knowledge and memory stuff and, that know stuff but don't know how to really live, right? And the poets are in the performance side of this similar thing, all show
Mm-hmm.
no substance, same as the academics, which is the sophists, at least in not that they teach stuff,
Sorry.
but kind of, right? They fulfill the same roles, and today you can go to Hollywood and you're going to see the same thing as these rhapsodes. So anyway,
Okay, I need to
but
drink water.
poets
Yeah.
then had a much greater elevation in society. Today you say you're a poet, but in earlier times to be a poet was to have high status, been, and it comes from this time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look, rhapsode, the word rhapsody comes from this, to really get into this rhapsodic state of being where they would just go and be in a flow state. So this was a big deal, right? So not all could get into that state, obviously, but if you could, that was pretty cool. So anyway, but if you'll see this, it's also supreme kind of BS. People would just, make up stuff. And anyway, so Socrates. I'm not going to read Socrates and Ion every time. So are you following along or not?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I don't have to read their names every time. Welcome, Ion. Are you from your native city of
But
Ephesus?
just hold on,
All
just
right. All right.
because it we will continue it tomorrow.
Oh,
It
okay.
is getting late. Yeah.
Okay.
Are
Okay.
you a bit
All right. All
sleepy?
right. Fair enough. So that introduction took a little while. So we'll just read the story tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right, Pina.
Yes. Oh yes.
Okay. Okay. Very good. I don't feel like going to bed, but I will.
Ah, let's do
So
it.
yeah, I have the complete dialogues of Plato, by the way. See?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's the same thing. So, all right. So remind me tomorrow. I must send this to Benny. Yeah, I was gonna do
Uh-huh.
it today, but that's okay. I'll do it tomorrow. So, very cool. Very cool.
My Benny. He's
He,
interested in?
no, not in Socrates specifically. He just asked for stuff to read. So, so I'll send him a few stuff and recommendations of stuff to read. So, because we were talking about it, the reading project and that. So, and then I'll send him some of my stuff too. He wanted to read. So, you saw that. Oh, Sue said thank you very much for that email. Did you see it yet or not yet? The one.
Sue?
Yeah, I'll show you. Yeah, links and info for Way of Impeccability. So book, star the spinner so that you can access it or whatever. Save it. It's the email I sent to Benny, and it has all the um, yeah. I said in case someone asks
Links?
for
Yeah.
yeah, in case someone asks for more info on Way of Impeccability and for links, etc. This is the main link. This is the webinar link, and then to schedule the appointment, the Zoom link, the Facebook group link, the website link. Exactly, how it does. A 4-month program, online content, 2-hour sessions, blah blah. Built around some many unique and somewhat revolutionary applications and implementations like no belief required, and this is all that stuff that you were typing out. Okay, with a little bit maybe added here and there. Okay, so then Sue said this is great, thanks. So okay, very cool. So bookmark that because it has all of those the you know the
So just send me this link so I will
it's
be
an
there.
email. You've already got it. That's what I'm trying to say to you. I sent that same email to you. Go to your email and have a look. You'll see it there, and just save the email. Right?
Okay.
Oh, text message from Justin. Oh, interesting. Let's go see. Before you go, let's go see what Justin has to say. Oh, he just sent an image. Okay. He does this every now and then. A food truck themed restaurant. So, this is the inside of the bus. Why they did some article in why they would show the inside of the bus. I don't know, but this is the outside of the place that he got for the restaurant. So yeah, it's kind of cool. I can go there with Google Street View maybe and show you. It's kind of nice, Beena. I mean, it was a pub and a restaurant, big space, very outdoor, open. And this is the inside. You see, it used to be um, like bay doors for car tires. It will replace tires, but anyway, this can open up, and the inside is a bar, and right behind the stores, where musicians can play. They get so anyway, so it's kind of interesting. So. Hope not joke. Okay. All right. So interesting. Anyway, I
Hope
wish
not.
him luck, but he's got a real place there where he can do real business if he gets the thing going. It's a prime location which he got very cheap because of COVID. So you know, but it's no real space for me involved in it really. All right. All right. Where is this place? I was hoping it is in. Now either Montenegro or see that's Montenegro there, I believe. Yeah, we don't have Montenegro yet, and it's one of the only little tiny country, and then of course Belarus up here. It's the only two really in Europe that we don't have, and then we don't have Azerbaijan and Turkmenistan and uh, Kyrgyzstan. We don't have. Yeah,
Oh.
Turkmenistan. Yeah, we got Tajikistan the other day. We might have Azerbaijan, I'm not sure, but I don't have it on the map yet. So, uh, it's close, close. Lesotho, very small place, Lesotho, but we get quite a few from Lesotho. Quite amazing. Mm, Awasa, where do you think Awasa is? Hawassa and Awasa. Hmm. Hmm. That could be in one of those, in Chad, which we don't have, I think, and Niger. We have Mali, where Timbuktu is. We got somebody from Timbuktu, which I thought is very cool, right, Beena?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we got Burundi the other day. Okay, it's in Ethiopia, so yeah, yeah. Love that we have somebody from Timbuktu. I have a little list here, by the way, quickly before you go. Where is this? Where did I put them? Uh, no, my notes got messed up. I don't know where things are. They rearranged them somehow. It's quite bothersome. So I made a list of, yeah, cities which at some point or another I thought were fictional or fantasy cities, but actually turned out to be real, like Marrakesh, Casablanca, Ulaanbaatar, Constantinople, Kathmandu, Timbuktu, Machu Picchu, Lubumbashi. I don't know, there's probably more. But like Marrakesh, I always thought this was just a made up name when I was a kid. All of these, like Constantinople, I knew it was a real place, but not in modern times. I always thought it was just an ancient city that, like Troy, that had disappeared. But it still exists today. Same with Kathmandu and Timbuktu. Machu Picchu. Okay, Machu Picchu is just a ruin. I thought the others were something similar to Machu Picchu. But yeah. Are there places like this for you too, Beena?
I Timbuktu.
Yeah.
Timbuktu. I was like always a
Yeah, like
fun
some
thing for me.
fantasy
Like
place that, just like, because it
yes,
was always used. Timbuktu was like the middle of nowhere, right? That was when,
exactly. I thought that
yeah,
it is something just people made some
yeah,
out of
yeah,
like yeah,
yeah,
and
just
and it is not a
a
real thing.
figurative representation for the middle of
Yes,
nowhere,
yes,
but it actually
yes.
exists and is in
Yeah.
the middle of nowhere. It really is in the middle of nowhere. So it's really in a remote place on the earth. So that's why, I guess. So, yeah, yeah. But I just love that they actually exist. It makes me very happy. Nana, Mina?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was thinking that people who live there, when they share with people that okay, where they live and where they're from, they say, "Oh, I'm from Timbuktu." Like people say, "Oh, it really exists." So, wow, what they feel,
yeah,
it might
exactly.
be a
What did I
fun.
say? Or are you just like shining you on? Them if you're a little irritated in your tone, somebody
Huh,
might take it even to like you being rude, like you're saying, "Well, I'm from nowhere," like it's none of your business. You know what I mean?
huh, yeah,
That's interesting. Look, see, Darielle, who I did the editing for,
yes,
she actually sent me a friend request, which is rather interesting. Huh?
wow.
Yeah. So that's what she looks like. You saw her the one time. I thought I came on
But you are
Zoom,
not
no?
sharing screen. How can I see?
Oh, sorry. You see, look. You remember she came on Zoom the one time?
Yes.
Oh, why she's sending me a friend request now? I don't know, but you know,
Okay.
who knows, Peter? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Oh, somebody reported a post. Oh, very good. Very good. Let's see what they report. Oh, wow, yes. Chelsea. None of your nonsense, Chelsea. Come on now.
What
Uh,
is this?
delete post and mute Chelsea. Yep.
What she posted?
All this stuff on the screen. I always like all in caps. Like I don't know, one alone, something to do with a loan. So
Ah,
yeah, I want to put her on. I muted her, but I also want to put her on post approval, which you have to go in members to find them. So it's kind of turn on post approval. There we go. All right. So at least she didn't have any more posts that I saw. Ah, dang it! Come on now. At least more comments. Not, I don't know. No, no. No. I noticed though that the other day I searched for comments and they were there, but I couldn't find them in search like this. So I hope there aren't more. So, all right. I don't want to go sleep, Beena. I got my appetite back today a bit, which is good. I
which
haven't
is
had,
good.
yeah, I haven't had appetite for a while. Uh, hmm, what is this? I'm not clicking now. Just, just looking to see if there's inappropriate stuff. I'm not liking because that takes time. So seems okay. All right. Oh, here's one. Here's one. Here's one. I saw this. Somebody did it, but then they. You see this? I like when in the old one, I can go mute author before I remove. You see? I say, oh yeah, you muted for 28 days now, so that's rubbish, you know. And then I can say turn on post approval, and then I can remove them. Move the post, I mean. No ads, no money making, group appropriate. I won't even say no links because they didn't actually post it as a link, you see. It's actually the video can show, it's showing right there. So she's quite fun, this one, Elise. She's got a good energy to her. Oh, all right. Okay. You know, I will leave some links if they are relevant links. What the hell is this? When I have no clue, out it goes because I don't have the time to look up your link is appropriate or not. So, right? No, again, well, post approval for you now. And it's not even in English either. So, now you'll get all the things. No ads, no links, English only, group appropriate. I don't like this guy. Always, yeah. For we are okay. Sorry, no preaching, man. No preaching. But you see, the rest of the post is good, right?
But what can we do? If we leave that, it will be like,
Yeah, 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 yeah. So I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna say, hey, Willie, I like the post, but not the yeah, you know, to it yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna say. Oh, it's as far as I can go. Okay, you like my message, Beena? Willie, like the post content, but not the Bible part. I guess I gotta capitalize Bible to not offend him here. Not against it, but we have to be careful about opening the door to preaching because if we don't, we'll very soon have a very different group as everyone wants to promote their faith. Right?
yes, yes,
Yeah.
good.
Okay. I mean, I wanted to say we're not a religious group, you know, so but I didn't have enough space, so okay. I've removed some of his posts for preaching before. So what is this? Oh, this was a chat, and okay, I left this up even though it's a link to YouTube because it's not his video. See, Bina? Now I looked to see if it was so that I could say, look, if it's on his thing, okay, then you can upload it. But it's somebody else's, so he's genuinely sharing something that he found interesting. Okay, I'll leave it up. I'll make an
Okay,
exception to the no links rule, right?
okay.
Because he's really said, "Hey, this is really interesting stuff." Okay, he cannot upload it directly because he doesn't have access to it. You see, I mean, he'd have to kind of download it from, and technically you can't download from YouTube. You can, but you kind of have to be a bit kind of pirated in a way, and so. And same here too, I mean, yes, legitimately overthinking. Okay, so I leave some of the links if they do actually offer value, so because this was overthinking, and it's not on the same post, but anyway. So this girl looks very sad, but then she actually, have you listened to her music she plays? It's kind of nice when she plays. Have you seen Beena?
No,
Watch.
no.
It wasn't all this sad. Earlier it was on that. You see? I mean, she's saying
Ah,
soaking, healing, relaxation, anxieties, instrumental music. There's a mood to it, though. I mean, she looks a little like, but anyway.
it is a very interesting thing for me that
Yeah, you have to
almost
get,
all
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
You have to
almost
really
all
get
the
into it. Sorry, Beena, say again.
uh,
Sorry,
no, I
sorry.
was just saying that it is really, no, it is really interesting for me that almost all the West, like Europe, America, and everywhere, uh, uh, not in Africa, and Africa and Asia, uh, people do work physically with their hands, like making a dough, washing clothes, dishes,
Yeah.
and cleaning and mopping and everything. And it is like in many research, I'm not really sure that it's credible or not, but I read there many times that when you do things, you actually release your stress. And mostly in Western countries, they don't do stuff with their hands in that way. When they do that, it is for the sake of job, which is a kind of a different mental activity
Yeah,
in that
yeah, yeah,
involved,
yeah,
engagement in that, and
yeah,
association.
yeah.
So, and they do like okay meditation to relax and all sort of thing, but never consider to do stuff like I don't know. It's a different kind of thinking.
Interesting, Beena. Interesting, interesting. Oh, my music's a bit loud. Sorry. Very interesting,
No,
Beena. Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, who knows, Beena? Different strokes for different folks.
yeah.
The world is a really fun, interesting place, right?
Hmm.
All sorts of magical stuff going on in it. Much variety. It's very cool. Very cool place. Don't you think?
Yeah.
I think the world is very cool. I like your world. I like you. Not just like you. I love you. Love you. I'm feeling good, Beena. Okay, so, all right. I will go sleep and make a great effort to sleep, Beena. And have you
Hmm.
noticed though, I come later if I wake up later, I really, yeah, I don't make that effort to be here at 11 o'clock, which is my aim, but, you know, right? Trying to be
Hmm.
good, trying to be disciplined, Bina. Um, man, we didn't get to Sophie today. However, we will, but, well, I want to get to a little Socrates story too. It'll just give a nice connectivity to Socrates, because the author knows Socrates, but he's not sharing enough of this to get a real feel of Socrates and Plato, both together,
Hmm.
which we'll get from reading the story. Because in the story, Socrates is a character. You know, I mean, they Socratic dialogues. We don't know for sure how accurately these are. If they literally transcribed or how much poetic license Socrates used. We don't know. I mean, based on just the general accounts of Socrates, this is kind of what he did and what got him into trouble. So there is, a high degree of accuracy at least involved. So not entirely fictional,
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
but still. May very well be. Socrates was a diligent student and he took notes, and you know, so it could be fairly
Plato.
accurate.
Plato.
Yeah. No, Plato was the student. Sorry, did I say Socrates? I meant Plato. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
We don't know, but either way, we get an understanding of Plato as the writer and Socrates as the, both as the philosopher and also as this the character who sort of made a point a little bit to go around exposing folly. And Socrates, for all of his sensibility, did not comprehend the most dangerous thing on earth. You know what that is, Beena?
What?
Small mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
The mortally wounded ego. Remember in PSP?
Hmm.
I made that thing about the buffalo, the story, how the most dangerous animal in Africa, literally, is the buffalo, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
because when you wound them, not the buffalo, the wounded buffalo is the most dangerous animal, not buffalo in general, the
Mm-hmm.
wounded buffalo, because they will make every effort. Once you wounded them, they'll seek you down and they'll come and hunt you, and they get very vengeful and nasty and mean. They're kind of bad tempered to start with the buffalo. I mean, there's plenty videos where they show the buffalo like trampling lions or scooping them up into the air or whatever. But they're temperamental anyway. So small minds, they become vindictive and they will go to great lengths to undo things and be nasty and put people in jail and get them killed like Socrates. All why? For no other reason than their vanity and their pettiness and their small mindedness. So we have to be very, very, very careful of small minds. It's one of the reasons I kept to myself as a child. I understood this. Small minds, petty minds, yeah, narrow. We to call them in South Africa. The term is verkramp, which means cramped, but it's like um, I don't know. Verkramp is like extra cramp almost. You know what I mean? Like anyway. So uh, yeah, cramped minds, no good. Very dangerous. We have to be very acutely aware. You see it in Pakistan too, I would imagine, right? Some of the ultra religious Orthodox people are saying, no, you can't do this, no, you can't do this. And
Mm.
they just want to keep everything super narrow and tight. And anybody who does anything out, they want to persecute them and prosecute them and bring them down and bring shame and horror and misfortune on them. It's a terrible mindset, Bina. It's what killed Socrates. But he did it of his own folly because he went around exposing these people's idiocy, and making fools of them. And that those the BMNs, the BSs, the narcissists. Many of them were just flat out narcissists. They weren't necessarily manipulators to some extent, possibly, but like this Ion, just hollow
Mm.
facade narcissist, BS, and they push their whole thing, and no, they like no real sensibility. And he's exposing them, and a lot of these people really went around and made these preposterous claims. And then, Socrates would very diplomatically and slowly come up and say, "Oh, do you agree with this?" And they would say, "Yes." And he would say, but," and then he would go on. Eventually, he would come with the opposite thing and say, "Oh, you remember what you said in the beginning?" um, he would get them to agree to the very opposite. So he made fools of them, and they killed him for it. So something to take away from the story of Socrates. This is why we need strategy, discernment, and understand the BMNs. Most dangerous thing in the world is the small mind. Yeah. On that magical note, Bina, I've been meaning to tell you this about the small minds. We shall go to sleep. Yes, I don't want to go sleep, Bina, but I will.
You have to. I'm up.
It's very potent, Bina. All right. So what are we gonna do tonight in our dreams? We're going to remember our dreams and we're going to dream consciously, yes? And fly
Oh,
as a
yes.
bonus. Okay. Look at your hands there. Look at the back of your hands, yeah? In your dreams. All right, Beena?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So sleep Socratically, which is wisely, I guess,
Wisely.
sensibly.
Yes.
Supposed to be, but
Yes.
okay. Okay. So
Yes.
with discernment.
Okay.
I mean, that's what the words come to
Yes.
mean, even though Socrates himself didn't particularly practice this. Quite interesting, yeah? So,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Bye for now.
All right. Bye bye, Beena. Bye for now. Bye for now. Bye for now. And meeting for all.